Previously on Hate2Pylon.
This is Kyle Curtin's butthole.
Go.
He hurt right now. So you're saying Julio in San Fran?
Dallas will win this game because I believe Ezekiel Elliott will have an extended.
You're high! You said Ezekiel Elliott? You're high!
Go.
LeBron James, I can't think of a big three that he was a part of. So I don't know why he's even on this chart.
The fact that you guys did not pick the Washington football team in this matchup.
And the Bulls didn't play anyone, so go.
It's okay. I'm okay. Dallas for the win.
This is ridiculous.
I could care less about LeBron and D-Wade and Chris Bosh. They're definitely out of there.
That's barely a big two.
I want Iguodala.
Go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Hate2Pylon, your new favorite sports show on Twitch. Today, we have the biggest episode we've ever tried to put off, and we have not one, not two, but three whole guests, and this is for you fans down in Atlanta because we got all Atlanta Falcons fans as guests today, so this should be a very fun conversation. But before we get into any of that, I first must ask you guys, how are you doing today?
Exceptionally well.
Fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Hey, man, I can't call it.
You can't call it? All right, well, maybe as the show goes on, we can boost that your feelings and help you feel better by the end of the show because I know I'm already excited for this show. I'm excited for return of Joey, return of Christian, and the debut of Mr. B-Mac, Mr. Brandon. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking forward to most today? Because we have a full slate of some NBA, some NFL action. What are you most excited to talk about today?
Shit, I'm ready to talk about NBA, man. I'm excited. My Hawks haven't won a playoff series in like 4 or 5 years. I'm excited, man. It's a good time to be an Atlanta fan.
Yeah,
Good
plus
time.
the Falcons about to stink, so I don't blame you.
They are. But I'll take anything over 5 wins. So that's a W.
All right. Well, since you want to talk a little NBA, let's go ahead and bring it to the table with our first topic of the day.
You bring your candy asses out here, and The Rock and Owen Hart is going to lay the smackdown on you like you ain't never had the smack laid on you before. Bring it.
And boy, are we about to bring it today for our first topic. This was kind of breaking news yesterday, and a lot of people kind of around the NBA world, sports world, had some opinions about this, and we're going to share what we think, and that is with the Boston Celtics. We kind of talked about this the end of last Thursday's show. We talked about how much more time would Brad Stevens have for the Boston Celtics to kind of continue to get to that finals push, and we kind of got an answer yesterday. In a weird way, I mean, he's moving up, he's going upstairs to the front office. But I'm going to give Kyle the floor here first because, of his opinions that he had last week. Kyle, what do you think of Brad Stevens moving up to the front office?
So I think it's a mistake, first off, coming at you as someone who is with the team that's okay for a long time. You don't get better by keeping the same people around. You get what you got. You already seen them through. It's time to move on. Now you're going to have one more year of the same tone. Can't have it. Got to get him out of here. You got to be great. You got to want greatness. Get him out.
Christian, what do you have to say about that?
Not much.
I think your headphones are muted.
Yeah.
While you work on that,
Technical difficulties.
look, it's okay. With expansions, there becomes technical difficulties and everything.
More problems.
But Jonathan, why don't you go ahead and go from here? What do you think? What your response to what Kyle just said?
I would like to apologize to Kyle. I basically called him an idiot last week for saying Brad Stevens wouldn't be the coach next year. And he was right. But I was also right because he failed upwards. So he didn't get fired like Kyle said he would. He got promoted. But Kyle was still technically right. So I'll give him that. I'll take the L. Even though we were both half right.
No, you did not call he was getting promoted. Back it up.
I said the only way he wouldn't still be with Boston. So I was.
Can you guys hear me?
He is still with Boston. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
But yeah, I'm surprised. One, that he's no longer the coach, but two, that he got a promotion. I thought he was a good coach. Not the best coach, but you can definitely do worse than Brad Stevens.
Mike D'Antoni. But
yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't get a longer leash with the circumstances of this loss, with Jaylen Brown being hurt the whole series. But yeah, Christian, what do you got?
Like I was saying, I didn't disagree with Kyle as much. I was just saying, like you said, the injuries that he's had on his team, and his team is very young, so I think he should have a longer leash. But as him moving up, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it took a lot for Danny Ainge to move down and get out of the way, but I don't really have any feelings about it, honestly. I just think he moved up, great. I'm just ready to talk about, I wonder who they're going to put in that seat. You know what I'm saying? I just wonder. That's the biggest thing.
Let's go to you, Brandon, and we'll finish with Joey, because I know Joey got some definitely some strong opinions. We will finish with you, Brandon. What do you think about the Boston Celtics and with Brad Stevens' situation?
I'm kind of with Kyle. I think a lot of teams do this in professional sports. I feel like they hold on to things that how much time did he have in Boston to prove or get there? Plenty of opportunities, and I feel like they just fell short multiple times. And when you fall short multiple times like that, I just feel like, it's time for a change. Even if the next coach comes in and he's not successful, okay, you just keep going. Like a revolving door. Somebody's going to come in and change the culture, and the culture is they don't have a winning culture. They have a stagnant culture, and that's not what the Celtics are about. They're supposed to be in the finals. They need somebody that's going to change the culture and the energy and the vibe and over there. And I don't really have any. I think they'll get a coach that'll change the culture, though. I think they'll be right back on track if they get the right guy.
They better get the guys I'm thinking of. That's all I got to say.
All right, Joey, go ahead and give your thoughts, and then we'll talk about coaching candidates.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to hear what Christian had to say back, because Christian was making those faces.
I mean, Brandon said they didn't have a winning culture, and I'm just thinking, I'm just like,
Okay, I see what you're saying. But
yeah, they had a winning culture.
Yeah, I don't know. I think. I don't really knock anybody on bettering themselves, right? So I think the idea that Brad could become a GM is cool, right? The idea of it, but it actually being a thing is what bothers me a little bit. I mean, you think about it, especially in the NBA, GMs and head coaches, they're like one and the same, because, in the NBA, in a lot of ways, like the NFL, like your system, especially for a team like the Celtics, where you have a young unit with one superstar, like yours, like you have to have pieces. And I think for them to just neglect a big man altogether, I mean, they went and got when Kyrie was there, they had a buddy that was Lord have mercy.
Gordon Hayward?
No. What's the man that played with Portland and then he played with
Cantor?
Left Portland. Yeah, they went and got Cantor, right?
Cantor, right.
That was a cute pick. Yeah, it was a cute pick, but
Daniel Tice.
Yeah, like
that was the dumbest move they made. Letting Tice go. That was the dumbest move.
No, but Yeah, they shouldn't have let him go. But I mean, they go. I mean, they drafted Taco Fall and got the crowd chanting, "We want Taco," and don't develop him. I mean, the guy's like 7,000 feet tall, and you don't. This is the thing, though. You don't put him in any kind of. At the end of the day, it's basketball. It's like it's a tall man's game, right? You don't put him in any kind of program. You don't develop him any. It's.
But I will say this, Joe. He has grown since the first time he was in the league.
But I need to
a lot. My man ain't wearing goggles no more. My man wearing contacts. My man is out here.
I need Boston to get a big, and I think I don't know, man. Brad looks real boring to me. He has a boring name.
Well, they missed out. They missed out on the kid that's in Portland right now, Nursic, when his contract was up and he re-signed. They missed out big time with him. Could have made him.
Could have went and got Andre Drummond, who by the way looks slow. Who looks slow in LA right now. But anyway,
he gained a lot of weight. He eating out a lot. He don't let
his can't force a player to want to play for you. What? The team stinks.
You can go get him. You can put the offer out there. I mean, I think Drummond found out immediately LA ain't the move for him. I think if you throw him in a system and don't and ask him just to be who he is with a guy like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown,
for sure.
That is a huge thing. Throwing him out in LA, he thought going to LA was gonna be like
a cakewalk.
Yeah. But there's no
he thought he was gonna get the boogie get dragged to a ring.
Exactly. But he's a really, really good talent. And
he is, but Christian talked about Daniel Tice being the biggest thing the Celtics did wrong. Daniel Tice is a defensive center. I mean, he can rebound too, but that's not Drummond.
Nah, buddy. No. Yeah. Daniel Tice can shoot that three. Daniel Tice can shoot that three and spread the floor easily. Tristan Thompson can't do that. I'm sorry. If anybody
neither can Drummond. Drummond is basically just a better Tristan Thompson. But they're both rebounding machines.
So yeah, exactly. That's what they're missing. Though he's missing a lot of rebounds, and he's not an offensive threat. I'd rather have Andre Drummond back you down.
Drummond can get you twice a game. Drummond can get you 20 and 10. Drummond can get you a smooth 20 and 10.
He can, but they still need a rim protector.
I don't have that in Tristan Thompson. Hell, they better go out there and get Bobo.
All right, so
I mean, they got Taco. How is Taco not a rim protector?
He is a rim protector, but he's not putting game time situations.
Not if he doesn't play.
He doesn't
get put in game time situations.
I guess we'll never know because I ain't seen.
Well, let's play a little speculation game right here. Who would you like to see as the Boston Celtics coach? Because now, Brad Stevens is definitely going to have the say in who he gets picked. Does he, just pretty much promote from within? Does he find someone else? Does he find his Butler replacement? Does he try to bring him from college ranks? What do you think?
I would love to go first on this one.
Go ahead, Christian.
Go ahead, take the lead.
I have three guys in mind. Okay, first guy. I really, really would love him to get back into coaching, Mark Jackson. I think he'll be perfect for the Celtics because he's a player's coach. Two of these guys are player coaches. I really think that he can develop Jaylen Brown better, and I think he can develop those guards that he has on the bench better, and I think he can actually go out and find a center because Mark Jackson, when he was with Steph Curry and them, all he needed was one more season, and he would have won a championship with them. But they kicked him out way too early, and then obviously they won a championship a year later. Second guy, he was an assistant coach for the Miami Heat way back when, Dave Fizdale. I think that he would be perfect for that system. He is very underrated because he went to New York and I think went somewhere else, didn't win a lot, but it was just, a lot of these coaches get fired based off of wins and losses, which is okay, but it's the players that are playing. And if you don't have the talent or have the prospects to win, you're just going to go down the drain. And the third guy, which I don't have a lot of faith in, but I'm pretty sure from the stigma of who they get as coaches, they're going to go after Scott Brooks from Washington. They're going to go after him, and that's what's going to happen. We mark my words. If it's not Scott Brooks, I'll be surprised, just because he's going to get kicked out of Washington, and he's still relevant, if that makes sense, in the coaching game. And so that's what I think. I think they better go out and
Should
get Mark
he be,
Jackson.
though?
Huh? No, injuries was what happened. First of all, Scott Brooks fucking develops players. He developed KD, James Harden, and Russell. People forget that. And he developed Bradley Beal, not developed him, but helped Bradley Beal elevate his game. And that new guy that they have, I think he's like an Italian guy. The Italian dude, you know what I'm saying?
Denny of Deja?
He was balling this year. And Rui Hachimura, he was doing all that. Scott Brooks can develop these players. I mean, I can see him as a Celtics coach. I'm not saying it'll be a terrible thing, but I can just see that happening. I really, really want them to go after another Doc Rivers type of coach and go out and get Mark Jackson, go talk to him, or go out and get Dave Fizdale. If you don't know who Dave Fizdale is, go do your research. But man, my man's a goat for player coaches, and he's always about his system and doesn't care what anybody else says outside of the locker room.
I like Mark Jackson. I like Mark Jackson a lot, but I just think he's blackballed from the NBA for some, like, I don't know what exact reason is. I don't know his history with people. I know that he's rubbed some people the wrong way. I still think he deserves an opportunity in the NBA because, I mean, this last season that he was coaching was like 53 wins. I mean, that's really tough to get into the NBA. What do you think, Kyle? Do you have any opinions on who the Celtics should get?
No.
They need to go pick up my boy Kyle Curtin.
I have no clue. I don't even know who isn't coaching right now. Coach K, he retired for a reason. I don't know. Continue.
Coach K.
Again.
I like it, though. I like it, Kyle.
Hey, North Carolina big hurt. The state of North Carolina is big hurt right now.
Roy Williams and Coach K.
Hold on. Former player. He knows how to win championships.
Oh, no.
Don't
do this.
I'm thinking hard. Ray Allen. All right, moving on.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was gonna say Paul Pierce.
I was gonna say whatever his name is from the Heat, but I couldn't think of his name.
Wade?
Dwayne Wade?
No, white dude.
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller. That's what I was gonna say. But now,
I see it happening. Shoot, but it's not gonna happen, bro.
Now I said it. Now everyone knows I fucked up. So thanks.
Brandon Roy, he's been a great. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Didn't Brandon Roy pass away?
No, bro. No, bro. His knees was too weak, man.
Because I remember he was a high school state champion coach, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Joe, you got any ideas of who you think Celtics should get?
Yeah, so I got two big names. Christian mentioned getting the Doc Rivers tree, so we gotta go Sam Cassell.
Ooh,
Sam Cassell has been with Doc Rivers. He's been with the Clippers. Mm-hmm. You know, he's talking about a player's coach. He played. You know, he was dominating Minnesota with a young KG, right? Sam Cassell is that guy, and so I mean, it's like,
and he played for him too.
For me, it's the easy pick. I think you gotta go Sam Cassell. I heard Chauncey Billups' name mentioned in there. I need him to develop just a little bit.
But I think he's been looking for more as an executive more than a coach, right? Because I think
he's interviewed for him, but he's still coaching.
Yeah, he's still coaching. So I still need him to kind of cook. Yeah, I need Chauncey Billups to cook a little bit. But for me, it's Sam Cassell. I get Mark Jackson. I hate how he was done. I heard Van Gundy cut it out. I think he definitely needs to be done.
But his name got brought up every time there's an opening.
Every time there's an opening. But
what you think about Fizdale?
Tisdale, I didn't even consider Tisdale. But I think since you brought it up, I think it's a hell of a pick. It's a hell of an option. I think he got kind of left out to dry in New York, but it's Sam Cassell for me, man.
I like it.
I mean, I don't know, just to kind of go on that Doc Rivers tree, and develop. Talking about developing guys, right, and keeping, those guys competitive, and then maybe we can see, if Brad might be a better GM If not, I feel like Sam's the kind of guy that's going to let him know, nah, no, that ain't it.
Imagine if they gave Chauncey Billups that chance to be the GM of the Boston Celtics.
But what's unfortunate, and it kind of goes to the deeper issue, is if Sam Cassell becomes the Boston Celtics head coach, right? And they'll say the Nets win a title in the next 2 years, and Sam Cassell in the next 2 years gets booted in the first or second round of the playoffs. People will think Steve Nash is a better coach than Sam Cassell. And
right,
and
I understand.
You see what I'm saying? And it's hard to evaluate that. And I think that's the whole issue with the Brad Stevens thing, because it's like Sam has been a coach, you know what I'm saying, and not for a long time. And I'm not knocking Steve Nash's IQ when it comes to basketball. It means 2-time MVP, one of which I don't think he should have got, but whatever. But I mean, he knows how to ball. You know, and he knows the in and outs of basketball. And I know he was doing a little training thing on the side, but I don't know. But it's Sam Cassell. I'm going with Sam Cassell.
Okay. Brandon, you got any coaching options?
I'm kind of I would say I would like to see Mark Jackson get it. I just think he deserves it. I want to see that. I would like to see that. I think it happens. I don't really got too much on the subject, but I would say I think Scott Brooks gets the job. That's all I can say. I don't know.
Just because
I think he gets the job.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a bad option. I don't. I personally, if I had to pick, I would like to see Mark Jackson get it, but I don't think that'll happen.
True. Jonathan, anything before we move on?
Yeah, I like all those guys. If Boston wants to go really outside of the box, you talk about a culture change. There's one candidate who would, just by hiring this person, it would be historic in the NBA.
Okay, who you got? I'm fired.
Becky Hammond, Spurs assistant coach.
Wow, that'd be
For sure.
That'd be cool.
But I think the Spurs are gonna try to keep her.
That's her job. Yeah.
For when Pop leaves.
When is Pop leaving, though?
Pop going listen. Pop's had a bad,
2035.
but I say probably about within the next 2-3 seasons. Honestly, to be honest with
Does
you,
she want to wait 2 to 3 more seasons?
I think she will.
I feel like a lot of Spurs assistants wait a while.
Yeah, and think about
she's
it.
been there for a minute,
Tim
but that would
Duncan's
be
there
like
too.
Tim Duncan is there.
Mm-hmm. So you don't know. I don't know which direction they would go, but I love the Becky Hammond thing. Though. That'd be dope.
That's a great choice.
That's cool.
Huge.
For sure.
But my only thing is with those young guys there. That's the only thing. That is the only thing because all those guys are young. That's the only thing.
All the Spurs players are young.
But they got Greg Pop. They got Pop right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. And the Spurs wait, and we all know, we can all attest. When you go to San Antonio Spurs, there is a criteria, just like the Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something there. Like you ain't about to go there and act wild. That's something that you're not going to do. And that's the thing. That's why I think if she stays there, she'll be in a great position to become a head coach there, and keep that same stigma of the Spurs way. That's the only thing. But I love the idea though, for sure. Hell, you can give Diana Taurasi if she come out there, or Sue Bird. Honestly,
facts. Yeah, definitely need to see more women in positions of power in sports.
For sure.
It's good. It's good for the sport. Really.
Yeah.
Doesn't really hurt it.
Not at all. I mean, if she's bad, you fire her. Like any other coach. If she's good, you got
just like any
coach.
other job. Just like any other job.
But,
yeah, I mean, if they're good, it's great for the sport.
Yeah. It's just like to be the first, there's a lot of pressure on. If it's Becky Hammond, if it's Diana Taurasi, whoever it is, there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Because if you fail as the first one, then people are going to point to you as the reason not to hire the next one.
But I also don't think it would be a lot of pressure. I don't think it'd be a lot of pressure on them just because people like Becky Hammond, Diana Taurasi, and Sue Bird, like they know they've wanted to coach for a long time.
Correct. They want to make sure it's the right situation. Is what I'm saying.
For sure. But I feel like if they fail or not, they've accomplished a lot anyways. And I don't think they'll count as a failure, even if they get fired. I don't think they'll count.
But you were saying Becky Hammond might want to stay with the Spurs. Do you think she likes what the Spurs have, or you think she wants to go try to coach Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
I mean, of course, she would want to go coach them, of course. But I just think in the system that she is, because she played in San Antonio and she's been around those guys and been around that organization for a really long time, I think she would want to stay. That's just my thing. I just think she just wants to stay just to be there because she played in San Antonio. She wants to bring something back to San Antonio. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. All right, so that was the first segment, bring it to the table. And now we're going to the classroom a little bit where we're giving some grades out and we're giving our report card for our NFL team. So we're going over to the NFL now. And, you know, OTAs, minicamps, everyone's excited. The draft just happened. We've recruited. We see who we got. Now let's get that first look, that first peek of, you know, our new players in our colors. And I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. So let's go ahead and start off with the report cards. Let's go to Minnesota. Mr. Kyle Curtin, you will get the floor all to yourself to give you a report card of your Minnesota Vikings. Go ahead and tell me what you think of the team so far.
I think mostly when you're focusing on OTAs and stuff, we got to worry about what your team did very bad and what did they do in the offseason to make them very good. Or change that in some people's ideas. So I think if you pay attention to the Vikings, we really, really, really focused on defense. We added a lot of money over there, and I'm happy about that. We're getting a lot of picks. Patrick Peterson getting a lot of picks in practice. Harrison Hand has to step up. This man is eating. He's winning 50-50 balls against Justin Jefferson. This man is doing very well. It's OTAs. Doesn't matter. Who cares? It's fun. We got Tyler Conklin coming out here, establishing the big boy tight end, even though he's not even tight end one. That's the tone setter mentality that I like. He knows he's not tight end one. He comes out every day like he is. It's fun. I love it. We got punters catching one-hand passes at tight ends. It's a fun time. You get to watch people play football. It looks like our defense is going to be very strong. The only thing that scares me about the Minnesota Vikings is we don't have a left end, and if we don't pay Danielle Hunter, we don't have a right end. Give him his money. Have a great day.
All right. So from Minnesota, let's go down to Carolina, Jonathan, and let's give your report cards for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
There's not a lot coming out of Carolina. They're kind of being secretive. So that means either Sam Darnold stinks or Sam Darnold's really good and we're trying to keep it a secret. There's been like one practice that they've allowed reporters at so far, and I think it opens up again next week for a mini camp. But yeah, Sam Darnold really needs to show us something this year, because if he stinks this year, he's gone and maybe out of the league. Definitely out of contention as a starter. If you flame out twice, you're pretty much relegated to long-term backup. Like a Chad Henne type role is what he would be looking at if he stinks this year. So he needs to show us what he can do and that he has the potential to be a starting quarterback. Otherwise, it might be it for his career. But he's got weapons. We have DJ Moore. We have Robbie Anderson, who is not showing up to OTAs right now after there was reports that we tried to trade him during the draft. I don't know how correct those reports are. It came from Walter Football, so I don't really trust it that much, but I don't know if that plays a part in Robbie staying away or not. He's been in contact with the team. He's been in contact with DJ Moore. I think he'll be back. Then we got Terrace Marshall, who we drafted in the second round out of LSU, big body, something we don't really have amongst our receivers right now. I'm really excited for him. David Moore, who we picked up from Seattle in free agency, and Shi Smith has been killing it so far in OTAs from South Carolina. So I'm excited for our wide receiver core. I think that's very safely the best position on our team going into this year. Left tackle, I'm still kind of iffy. I wish we had gotten one in free agency or the draft. We did get Brady Christensen in the 3rd round. He's like a 25-year-old rookie, so if he's not a starter now, I don't really have hope for him to be a starter down the line. He's 25 years old. He basically is what he is. Not a lot of room for improvement there. And then we signed Cam Irving, a free agent from the Chiefs, I think. He's drafted by the Browns a couple years ago, 1st-round pick. Traded to the Chiefs. He's played a bunch of different positions on the offensive line. But I am excited for our defensive line. You got Brian Burns, who is a stud, and people might actually get to see it now that we should have another pass rusher opposite him in Hassan Reddick from the Cardinals, who put up 12.5 sacks last year. I'm excited to see what the two of them can do together, and I think the Panthers' defense should be much improved from last year when it was one of the bottom units in the league. But I don't have much to go on strictly off of practice because they've been keeping the press out. Hopefully next week I should have more clarity on specific things. But I'm cautiously optimistic about the Panthers this year. And that's about all I got.
I think we all are cautiously optimistic about our teams. You got a fan in the comments. Shout out to AJ. What's up? He's a fan of the Chin Man.
Whoa. Is that AJ Melendrez?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. AJ.
Hey.
AJ, man.
Love the shirt, King. Chunky
Thank
boys.
you, AJ.
Stand up. Yes, sir.
Adrian brought up Jeremy Chin, and like the only real news that came out from the Panthers camp, Johnson didn't bring it up.
He's playing safety, yes.
Full-time free safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's big news. That's actually good news. That's some big news.
I mean, still
he's
not
playing
good as
there right
Carl,
now.
but you know,
I'm
okay.
still assuming he's going to play a bunch of different positions during the
I
season.
feel like he gets to so I'm a terrible Vikings fan, so he gets to play that Harrison Smith role of do whatever the fuck he wants, right?
Yeah, that'll be nice. I mean, he was playing free safety against the Vikings when he had back-to-back touchdowns.
Yeah, that's actually robbery. That's a helmet to helmet. Get him out the game. Player safety.
No. It's clean.
All right, so before we go down to the A, let's go up to the nation's capital in the district, and I'll go ahead and give the report of the team, Washington football team, that is. Washington right now is feeling really good. We've got the talent on the offense, minus the quarterback, of course, but I think that Fitzpatrick has been looking really good in practice. He's been slinging the rock. I'm a little nervous that he might throw his arm out before the season actually gets here, and then what are we going to do now? But that's okay. We have 2 contingency plans behind him with Taylor Heineke and Kyle Allen in that order exactly, because we're still trying to figure out if ankle's fully healthy. He's been moving around a little bit, which is good. Report on Jamin Davis, the first-round pick. He's been playing a lot of middle linebacker. They said they want to move him around, but he's starting at middle linebacker for us right now, which is awesome. You love to see it. A really interesting tidbit that I found in minicamp is they've been putting Troy Apke at corner in minicamps. Yeah, he was playing free safety for us with the speed. They wanted to try him out at corner to see if he can focus more on just kind of like man-to-man zone coverage, and he might be a better fit at corner. Because if he is and he plays well at corner, this can flex Kendall to playing free safety. I would highly prefer that, just to give us more well-rounded with Cam Crow at strong safety, even with Landon Collins coming back, because I want him to play linebacker. But we'll see how that goes. Steve Sims missed a couple days, but he's been looking pretty explosive at practice when he was there. The only person, I know, Jonathan, you're going to eat this up, but I'm going to say it anyway. The only person that is missing currently from OTAs and participation is Mr. Chase Young. But everyone is cool with it because it's still voluntary right now. But no issues, nothing at all. But the team is looking good. The defense has a lot of optimism. Really interesting to see what combinations we're going to have in the back end. And we'll see the development at the tight end position because there's some rumblings of possibility about Zach Ertz. And no way in the world Zach Ertz comes to Washington via trade. But if he gets released, now we have some fun. Because that's the missing piece besides, 10-year younger arm on Ryan Fitzpatrick. But that is my report for Washington, the football team, soon to be Red Wolves. I'm excited. I know you guys are excited because we're coming for the division. Fuck Dallas.
0% chance you get Zach Ertz.
You never know.
0%.
There's always a chance. There's always a chance.
I mean, but what is Zach Ertz even right now anyway? Like, what is he going to be?
He's tight end 2 on
You know
the
what I
Eagles,
mean?
I'll tell you that.
Well, he could be tight end 2 for us too. We need depth at the position. And if
He's better than
if we
Logan
can even get 50% of Zach Ertz and Logan Thomas together, that could be pretty lethal.
You got Sammy Reyes. You don't need anybody else.
He just started learning to play football 4 months ago. Let's not put all eggs in the basket. He's a developmental player. We'll see where he's at next year.
But his physical stature,
It's very impressive.
yeah.
Very impressive.
a lot
But
of
I don't
room
want to put my eggs in that basket because I don't know if that basket has a bottom, to be honest with you. He looks great. He's been working hard. I'm hearing great things about him. He's been putting in extra work.
Steven
He's been
Montez.
studying super hard.
Logan Thomas Jr.
If they do make that decision to move him, I'm okay with it because he has pretty good speed. He has good size. But it's literally the same thing. It's like, who's going to learn the position of tight end fastest? That's where we're at.
Well, Steven Montez can't learn it if they don't move him there.
Well, who's the guy from Brazil or whatever?
That's
Sammy
Sammy Reyes.
Reyes.
Like we literally have all guys who are still learning the position. We have no natural tight ends who've been playing tight end through college.
You got Tamarick Hemingway. Put some respect on his name. Panthers legend.
Yeah. You see the clip of your linebacker? I'm assuming it's a linebacker getting
Cole
a pick,
Holcomb.
getting a one-handed, and the offense trying to rip it from him. It was like a contested. And he just
that was
I'm a clip guy, man. I got all the clips coming.
Oh, I know you're talking about. That's 47.
Snatched it. He snatched it.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
He was
he's a smaller linebacker for us though.
Yeah, he did look small. That's why I was like, he might
Khalid
be a
Hudson?
linebacker.
Yeah, Khalid Hudson. That's it. Thank you.
It looked cool. It looked good.
Yeah, I mean, our secondary's been getting a lot of picks. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's still the OTAs, but I mean, if we're aggressively on the football, I like that. If we can continue that throughout the
It depends on who they're picking off.
Yeah.
Very
I think it was
If they're not
Taylor.
picking off Fitzpatrick, it's good.
They're
That's
all the
true.
same quarterback. It doesn't matter. Duke, old. They're all bad.
But here is one more thing, and we can move on to the Atlanta Falcons. Taylor Heineke put on 15 pounds of good weight because he knew that he needed to be ready when he steps in because he will be to be honest, Ryan Fitzpatrick probably will play 10 games for us this year.
Well, yeah, Taylor Heineke.
Anything more than that is asking for.
You telling me that
Before
Taylor
he broke.
Heineke – timeout. You telling me that Taylor Heineke put on weight when he's been running around the Capitol trying to break into it for the last 3 months?
All right. All right.
Him and Kyle Allen, too.
I don't know anything about Kyle Allen, but I know that this man had to let's move on.
Let's move on, Kyle, Mr. Controversial.
Ron
All right, let's go
Rivera
down to the
leading them,
dirty
too.
eight.
He's the captain calling the shots.
All right, let's go down to Atlanta, and let's do our report card for the Atlanta Falcons. This is the Dirty Bird episode, by the way. So, Brandon, I'll let you go ahead and you can start because you are the newest. And then we'll move to Joey. How are you feeling about your Falcons right now?
I mean, I'm excited. I think Dean Pease was a good hire. I think Arthur Smith and the whole team is excited for him. They said he's been out on the field running around with the team. He's very active, energetic. I think it was a great hire. They said they love the defensive coordinator, so I think Dean Pease is going to bring I think we're going to play fast and with speed, and I think that's always how Falcons have to play defense. And we're definitely going to have to play like that this year. We have super fast linebackers with Alua Khan, Deion Jones. Deion Jones said he loves Dean Pease, and AJ Terrell has nothing but good things to say about him. And AJ Terrell will be blitzed this year, and he's a great tackling corner. So I'm excited for that. I think we got to mix in corner blitzes because we're not getting pressure with our front four. It's not happening. We're going to have to mix in different packages. Grady Jarrett is going to be a force in the middle, like usual. I mean, the team looks good. I mean, I don't have over expectations. Like, I'm not super high on our expectations, but I think I'm excited for Kyle Pitts. I think this could be a breakout year, especially if Julio's gone. I think he could explode. I mean, he's going to get touches for sure. I think in our division, too, he's going to be tested against linebackers like Devin White, playing against the Panthers defense with their front four. It's going to be exciting, man. Like, I think it's really trial and error. I mean, we're going to have to figure it out as we go. But, yeah, I mean, that's it, man. There's not much. They're excited for D&P, so we'll see how it goes.
Joey?
Yeah, man. Just kind of reiterate off what Brandon said. I know, like, I've been listening to some Arthur Smith interviews, and I know that, he's been saying that he's wanting the guys to finish, because as we know in Atlanta, we don't finish for whatever reason. So he's pushing guys to finish drills, to fly around the ball fast. He's very big on, having the best player play, whatever that means. So we're seeing a lot of competition up front in the O-line, which I like. I like to see. Alex Mack is gone, so Matt Hennessy, a guy we drafted last year. We didn't get too much play time towards the end of the year. He did, but putting him at center is something I'm excited about. Same thing like Brandon was saying with Dean Pease, man. I think I mentioned that the last time I was here. I love his style, his aggression. And they kind of talk about those corner blitzes, man. I mean, we got fast corners. I mean, even Kendall Sheffield is a 4-3 guy. He's a track guy by nature. So I mean, if we can put him in the nickel and send him coming, unexpectedly. Even when we went and got Deron Harmon from the Lions, who played that Harrison Smith type role in Detroit, where he would come down, shadow a quarterback. He'd come off on the blitz. The Patriots did the same thing with Belichick and those guys too. So that's cool to see that. Same thing with Chris Harris and how Chris Harris has worked in Las Vegas. One of those hybrid type safeties who isn't really like a stone starter guy, but you can put him in a nickel. You can kind of you can disguise him a lot of different ways. So I'm excited about our secondary, very young. Like I said, we got the best safety in the draft in my mind, and Richie Grant. So it's cool seeing him out there flying around. Like Brandon said, man, our front is what it is. I did hear today that Marlon Davidson, the guy we drafted from Auburn last year, has improved. And Arthur Smith did brag on him a little bit. So if we can just get our guys to just wake up front, that'd be great. Like if I can get Dante Fowler to wake up and be half of the guy that we know him to be, if I can get Marlon Davidson to wake up and just realize how big he is. I mean, Marlon Davidson is a guy that played with Derek Brown, who the Panthers drafted. In 8, the same thing, whatever Derek Brown wasn't eating. I mean, it was literally the two of them just beating up the front. And I think it's the same thing. I mean, like I said, we got a top 5 tackle in Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett's going to get those doubles. I mean, you got to double him in a lot of respects. Let him, Marlon Davidson, wake up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eat on that. And I know we're switching to a 3-4 set. So having Dante Fowler stand up is intriguing. But yeah, man, it's a lot to go. How can you not be excited for Kyle Pitts? Especially thinking about how they can use him without Julio. Hayden Hurts' body fat, I think today he said it was 8% or something like that. He's been focusing on changing his diet because he's excited about how Arthur Smith used tight ends in Tennessee. Hayden Hurts is a guy, I mean, you look at, how he came in and how he was used early on, straight out the gate in Baltimore. He was a vertical threat. And there's that one play against the Niners, I think, where he caught the ball 10 yards and then took it the rest of the way for a touchdown, just beat everybody on a foot race. So to know that he's more in shape then than he is, I mean, he's more in shape now than he is then with Arthur Smith and how he's able to use tight ends to stretch the field vertically. Hell, we're going to need it. You just heard about what they got in Carolina. I love Jeremy Chin. I really do. I was mad when they got Hassan Reddick. I was pretty pissed off when they got Hassan Reddick, honestly. Then you got to think about, even in New Orleans with Cameron Jordan and Marshawn Lattimore. They brought back Malcolm Jenkins last year. And, I feel like they just plug guys in and they play well down there in New Orleans. But yeah, man, it's a whole lot of reasons to be optimistic and a whole lot of reason not to be, just because we're the Falcons. So.
Well, because you're Falcons, we had to do it. You got a strong start to this segment, but we got to falter and we got to do it. We got to talk about it. We got to bring it up because Mr. Julio Jones, you referenced it twice, and this is kind of where we are at. I think it's this done deal that he is out, but I'm not a cruel human being. Maybe I'll leave that to Kyle or Jonathan. If Julio Jones goes, what do you want in return to make sure that you're not getting fleeced?
Oh yeah, I've been itching at this. Go ahead, Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon. What you say?
I want first.
Yeah, go first.
Nah, I want it first. Nothing less. I just want it first pick. That's it.
So this is the thing. Okay, so I know. So Kyle, I don't have Twitter. Big Mac sent me the thing where he was like, "Where's Joey?" But so the perspective I had the last episode was coming from what we knew. It was that they were trying to trade him to save cap space. Blah 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 blah. Right now, we know that Julio has been upset since the Super Bowl, and he gets on. Undisputed, yeah, and he's talking to Shannon Sharp, and he's like, I'm out of there and I want to win, which kind of ticked me off because he said that, and then is considering the Tennessee Titans. It blows my mind because it's like Julio. AJ Brown doing the whole, hey, come to do that shit. That's cute. That's real cute. I get it. Julio Jones is your idol. You want him to play with you. It's a dream. Blah. I love it, AJ. I really do. But ain't no way in hell you want to win and you going to Tennessee. Look at that offense. And this is what people got to realize, too, with Julio. Julio has been banged up for at least the past 4 years. Okay?
He's been banged up his whole career. Let's keep it a buck.
Okay,
yeah.
so listen. So this is what we got to consider. Atlanta not only allowed him to do so, but surrounded him with offensive pieces. So just in case he doesn't want to be the main guy, he don't got to be the main guy. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of these teams that's mentioned on this list, you gonna go and be the main guy, Julio. And if you don't play or if you don't practice, for instance, the Patriots. I see everybody's like, "Oh, the Patriots." Julio, you gonna go to New England?
You gonna be the number one, number two, number three.
You're gonna be it, bro. Nelson Aguilar had a really solid year with the Raiders. Okay. Yeah, they got Hunter Henry. Yeah, they got Smith. That's cool. Both of those guys I've seen defended, right? Julio,
Not at
they
the
gonna
same time, though.
What'd you say? Yeah, not at the same time. True, but I mean the way these linebackers are coming in the league now, athletic and fast and can move, 4.5 and under type guys. It's very. I mean, it's likely.
That's where you go heavy and run the ball.
With who? Damian Harris.
Damian Harris ain't bad.
He's not bad. He's not bad. But
running back too.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. This is my thing. This is my thing with Julio going to these teams. Julio, be honest with yourself, Playboy. Look at these offenses you walking into. If it's not San Fran, if it's not
Minnesota.
I mean, I get going to New England because they always make it work. So if it's not San Fran, if it's not New England, hell, my boy, thug it out with us. Thug it out. Because Tennessee ain't it. Tennessee is not it. Baltimore.
Be what Roddy White was to you, to these other players.
There you go.
Exactly. And it kind of ticks me off because because it's a side of Julio that we've never seen. We've always known Julio to be quiet, show up to work, get his job done, right? And we loved him for that. And I think the organization did as well, which is why he getting all this money and we in this cap space to begin with. And then it kind of ticked me off too because he just sat out. What that was, Brandon, 2 summers ago to get money, and we paid him.
Yep.
So I'm like, Julio, if you was mad, don't take that cash, bro.
Like
They rested him all
Julio.
last year.
Exactly. So I'm a little upset because for him to open his mouth, I'm like, bro, how you figure you want to win and you want us to go get these pieces when you sat out and we respected you for it. Like the fan base and the organization was like, damn, Julio, sit out, man, get your dollar. And Arthur Blank was like, he's going to be a Falcon for life and paid him.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're going to come out and say you want to go win and mention the damn Tennessee Titans? Get the fuck out of here, Julio. Cut that shit out, man. Look, I'm telling you, I'm like, it really ticks me off, man. It really, really ticks me off. Because I love Quintoris Lopez-Jones with all of my heart. So to see him come out and do this and do this, man. And I want to see what Brandon thinks about this too. But considering the offense that we have right now, this is probably, if Kyle Pitts is who he's supposed to be. This is the most dangerous offense we've had since 2012 with Tony G. Because you got to consider if Julio is to stay, right? And that's what I want Julio to assess. We haven't had a legit tight end since Tony.
So long.
Okay.
Yep.
Not to mention when Tony was there, we had Jacob Tamme, who just left Denver with Peyton Manning. And Tamme still had like 400 or 500 yards receiving. In today's time, that's a Hayden Hurst. So I'm looking at Julio like, Julio, peep me, my boy. It's you, Calvin Ridley, Kyle Pitts, and Hayden Hurst. Not to mention Gage.
Put some respect on that name.
Exactly, and Russell Gage,
who is up and coming.
Exactly, who is like the Harry Douglas at the time, because it was Harry Douglas playing in the slot, who was a dog. So this is my thing. I'm like, consider that, Julio, because we have been a top 5 passing attack even without having an elite tight end, right? That's just a known fact. We know them sling it. Now that we got all these weapons, you want to up and leave. And literally the whole league. The fact that Julio isn't traded right now. I'm sorry, y'all. This is I'm ranting, but I've been dissecting this shit.
Good,
This is what this is for.
The fact that Julio hasn't been traded right now to me says a lot, because we've been talking about him leaving for like the past month and a half. Exactly. The league, everybody else in the league is like, hell no. He's been banged up. He's 32. How much more are we going to get from him? So now Julio looks like a dumbass. Yeah. Because for whatever reason, it's like, damn, Julio, you thought everybody was going to overlook the fact that you're 32, that you've been beat up for however long. How many teams in this league going to let Julio get away with what Atlanta let him get away with? Julio wasn't practicing certain weeks, bro. It was a guessing game. It's a wild card pool to figure out if he was going to play on Sunday sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we never even forced him to play through all the injuries. That was his decision.
Exactly.
That was his decision. He wanted to play. Exactly. We left it up to him. I think we've only treated Julio but nothing but the right way. I think we went about everything the right way. And I just like the disrespect. And he's even said he wanted to be a Falcon for life. When you come out and say that, I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I think this, if he plays, I just don't understand how he doesn't understand since he's been there for so long. This could potentially be our best offense ever. Ever. Because Russell Gage has potential to be a top slot guy. He's up and coming. And Calvin really is the best number 2 receiver in the league, hands down. Like, number 2, he's
say it loud for the people in the back. Say it loud for the people in the back, Brandon. Say it loud.
The man has 26 touchdowns in
3 years. Go ahead, Brandon.
26 touchdowns in 3 years. How do you not want to play next to him? Y'all both went to Bama.
Julio got like 26 in his career.
Exactly.
Very true. But Kyle, I mean, bro, like, and he knows how good Kyle Pitts is. I mean, he's a football player. He's a baller. He knows. I don't know if he doesn't like Matt Ryan. I don't know if he's fed up with him. I don't know what that is, but the relationship might be a little done. But it's frustrating, man, because like all people should know what the potential that this offense could have. And I mean, like they said, dude, you're 32-year-old and you're banged up. Like, what? Where are you going? You can't be a number 1 no more. I mean, you can, but you're not the same player.
Exactly. Let me pose a question for you guys. So if, let's just say at the 4th overall pick, right? Instead of getting Kyle Pitts, they got, let's say, a Justin Fields who was still on the board at that time. Do you think that changes the position of Julio Jones?
Well, I mean, from what we know, it wouldn't because he was asking to get traded back like at the beginning of March, right?
Yeah.
So like my thing is like, yeah, so that just kind of adds to like what me and Brandon was saying. Like Terry Fontenot, his first year being the GM, literally laid his rep out there because there was a lot of fans that was like, damn, bro, you trying to trade Julio, whatever, and they kept how Julio was feeling under wraps. You see what I'm saying? So I think if anything, I think drafting Kyle Pitts they kind of look at Julio and they're like, look, bro, we got another weapon. Run it 2 years with us. Run it these last 2 years with us, bro. Let's make it happen. Because at the end of the day, they can make it work if they want to make it work. Money wise, at the end of the day, that's just how it is. They talk about it on Fox Sports. Look, they talk about it on Fox Sports. They talk about it on ESPN all the time. If they want to make it work, they can make it work.
Yeah.
The thing is, Julio has to realize, and it's just like my man Marcus Spears said, and it's just like Colin Cowherd said, like right when all this came up, the grass ain't always greener, Julio. It's not. It's really not. So,
Right.
I don't
I
know.
think Kyle, you shaking your head.
Cowherd.
There's so many things wrong with what you just said. The only thing I agree with is two things. Okay, you are a Falcons Julio fan. I get it. I feel the same way. But now you're right about the Titans thing. The Titans is the same team with a worse quarterback. I'm going to go ahead and say that out loud. The Titans is the
Titans
same
ain't the
team
same.
with a worse.
Put some
They got
respect
no
on it.
defense, and they got no defense, and their offense is their weapon, and their quarterback isn't as good. That's
Their
the difference.
their offense isn't our offense. Not the same. They're not even in the same atmosphere.
Are you, bro? I'm not talking about skill set. I'm talking about what's good on their team versus
No, but
what's
that's
good
what
on
it
your
is though.
team.
That's what makes that team is the skill set. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
You
but
can't
you're
leave
not
for a lesser
understand.
skill set.
Okay, so are you going to put 12 in the box? Are you going to put 11 in the box against Julio and fucking AJ? No, because you're going to get burned by 60. Like, what do you mean? You can't do that. So
They got one receiver. They got one receiver. Go ahead.
Oh
But I
yeah,
feel what
until
you're
you put
saying.
Julio Jones on the
I feel
other
what you're
side.
saying. I feel what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're a
but-
better team.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. Oh yeah, if you put you put Julio on it, yes, they're a better team. But the Titans are not a win now team. I don't care what anyone in the league says. That's stupid. That
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. Let me simmer down. Whew. You're just wrong about this. All right. When y'all fired your coach, you sealed the deal with Julio Jones. Because name a team that fired their coach and was playing for a Super Bowl. Listen, Julio has everything. He's an Atlanta Falcon legend. Let's agree. If he goes to another team, are y'all going to hate Julio Jones?
I mean, I'm gonna hate the way he went out, but at the end of the day, he's a Falcon.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. He goes out and he has the same year he has with someone else with another team. Does that hurt him?
If the same year he had in 2020.
Yeah, with the Falcon, as a Falcon legend, don't worry about anything else. Falcons legend, does that hurt him to you?
If he has the same year that he had in 2020 with another team in 2021.
Yeah, does it hurt? Does that hurt your memories of him as a Falcon?
It does because that team didn't
left.
get better. Exactly. That team, like, why did you leave? That team didn't get better.
No, I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about his numbers are exactly the same somewhere else.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed off. What are you
But
talking about?
said they win a Super Bowl. Are you mad at them?
They won't win the Super Bowl if he has 2020 numbers. That's what I'm telling you.
Because he's on the field, he's getting tons of work on that side, right?
It's how it was in Atlanta.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't like that.
Try a
It
different
really
angle.
wasn't.
If he has 2020 numbers in 2021 with anybody else outside
you're
of
so
San
stuck
Fran,
on. Listen. You're
that's
so
what you just asked me though. That's literally what you just asked me.
It's a bigger idea. If he goes somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing. He's like that's like, bro. Randy Moss is a Minnesota Viking to the day you die guy. But guess what?
Yeah.
He's never been better than when he played for the Patriots.
Because his number, he had career numbers.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah.
let me say something here.
Yeah,
He only had this year. You're saying these numbers. He only had 771 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
But he only played in 9 games, so he missed like half the season.
exactly. So did he not mention numbers?
double it. 14.
So yeah, if you double those numbers, he has like 1,300 yards and 6 touchdowns
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he
Okay.
plays the
Still
whole
good.
season.
But back it up. What I'm saying is, I believe that nothing Julio does from here on out hurts his legacy, right? It doesn't.
Okay.
Randy Moss was on the 49ers when they went to the Super Bowl. Did you know that?
I did.
Because I fucking didn't, and I like Randy Moss. What about when he was at the Tennessee Titans? Do you remember when he was at the Tennessee Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking don't. Do you remember when he was at the Oakland Raiders?
Yes.
Oh, I fucking don't because I don't care. Guess what? He was great with us.
So now you're
with us,
okay. Go ahead.
and then he was great with the Patriots. Care. Move on. He's done. It's over. Our team wasn't ready to win anymore when he left us. We have to get rid of him, right? Your team isn't ready to win.
Are you kidding me?
Would hold on? I'm not
Go
done.
ahead.
Now, with Julio Jones, your offense is still good, but your defense isn't championship level, and we all know what happens in the playoffs. I'm going to let you know what happens in the
championship level and
playoffs.
went to Super Bowl.
It really wasn't.
Exactly. Y'all would have
It
won.
was way better, though.
Yeah, it was way better. But here's what I'm
It
saying.
was literally like 24th. But go ahead.
What happens to a great offense in the playoffs when you don't have a defense? You turn into Aaron Rodgers and you get to watch your team get run down the throat 4 yards at a time, and you don't get to play the game. It doesn't matter how good Julio is if you don't got a defense, because the 49ers have 17 running backs that are all fucking ready to go. Listen, when y'all fired your coach, you got rid of Julio. You're not ready to win this year because you're building you're building a new culture, right?
Can I respond when he's done? Can I respond?
Yeah, no. I'm about to go. But you're building a new culture when you fired your coach. You understand that? So it's not what he wants. He built the locker room. I don't know, like he was in it. He built what he was done. That's dead. The Julio Jones Falcons, that's a dead team. Let's be honest. He's 33. He's 33, right? How long does he really have left? He got to go do something. He's not going to win a Super Bowl with y'all in the next couple years. And there's no one y'all could have drafted unless it was a full fucking defense that would have saved anything. Right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
All right, Joey, the floor is yours now.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out why Kyle went on that rant. Like, what was his ultimate point? Nobody ever said his legacy was going to be up for threat at all.
So why do you care? He left.
Wait a second. No, we were talking about how he left. 1. 2, you're comparing how much attention you paid to Randy Moss to how much attention I paid to Julio Jones. So the reason why I knew that Randy Moss was with the Titans and the Niners is because my buddy Lucas is also a Vikings fan. So whenever Randy went to a different team, he would send me Randy stuff, and I could pull it up on Instagram.
I want to let you know that I did. What I meant by that is I 100% knew that he was on those teams, but I don't care about it.
Yeah, so no, but that's the thing though. But you made it seem like, but you said you didn't know. But the fact that
that's how much I don't care about him being on those other teams.
But you're missing on my point is you knew because of how important he was to you and your organization. Okay, Randy Moss had career. Wait a second, Randy Moss had career numbers in New England. Career numbers. What I'm telling you is, for Julio, it ain't getting no better because of how banged up he is. So if you heard what me and Brandon was saying, like I was saying, and Brandon, we let him get away with being banged up. We let him get away. Yes, we let him get away with not practicing. We let him get away with letting us know Saturday night and Sunday morning if he was going to play. We let him get away. We didn't make a big deal when he sat out for training camp. Okay. When he sat out, we was like, cool, Julio. The owner comes down and says all these different things. So you got to understand what I'm saying because I don't think he was listening. I think you probably need to run it through the computer and not the headset because what I'm telling you is it has literally nothing to do with Julio as a player. And and not to mention, he listed 19 teams, Kyle. So you're telling me
that is fake. That was a fake news article.
Okay, if it's a fake news article, Kyle, you tell me right now, of the Super Bowl caliber teams, right? That's as in teams that have made a legit pull to the Super Bowl, right? Adding Julio Jones, 1, who wants him? 2, which team is like, oh, like I said, he wasn't listening, y'all. Me and Brandon literally said how teams have pulled their name out of the Julio Jones hunt because of the things that we were talking about. How banged up?
I don't think teams have pulled their names out of the Julio Jones company. They pulled.
Go ahead.
They've said if you want, only we'll trade him for a first-round pick. Yeah, we are doing it. But that doesn't mean they're out on Julio Jones.
No.
They're out on Julio for a first-round pick.
First-round pick.
This is the thing. No. Look at the whole picture. I'm telling you, I reach on this every day. Look at the whole picture. The Ravens pulled out, okay, and everybody else is second guessing. Yeah, because of the first-round pick, that's a real thing. But 2, it's because of the conversation that we're having that Kyle keeps overlooking. My boy's been banged up.
That's why he's not worth the first. There you go. If he's worth the third, I'll take a big up Julio.
But this is the thing. If he's not worth the first, right? We're talking value for a player, but you're a Super Bowl caliber team and you want him. But all these Super Bowl caliber teams are offering 3rd and 4th round picks. Kyle, what the hell are they saying there? What are they saying right there?
Do anything ever?
What are they saying right there? What are they saying right there?
People, $8. Hey, do you want to pay for the Chiefs? We have $8. You're like, I do want to pay for the Chiefs. That sounds good. Can I have those $8?
Who's coming to play for the Chiefs and is an impact player for $8? Let me know that right now.
They got starting offensive linemen for dirt cheap.
Skill players. Let me skill players.
They don't need any skill players. They're not hunting for any.
Okay, so don't even bring them up in this conversation. That's ridiculous.
So
answer my question. Super Bowl caliber team right now that gets Julio Jones and makes the Super Bowl. Who is it?
Seahawks.
The Seahawks. I don't like the Seahawks. I take that back. The Niners.
Okay.
Niners do.
I agree.
Niners get way better.
I agree.
The Packers way better. Way better. The Browns. That's tough.
Julio Brown quarterback for the Browns.
The Browns also pulled their name out. But go ahead.
None of those are real articles, bro.
Chargers is a team that I've been hearing as well. The Chargers have been a team that's been interested.
But
Chargers.
Okay, who's a Super Bowl contender? Okay, Tampa Bay Bucks. They would be fucking. Are you kidding me? Like
that's not going to happen. That's in the division.
Exactly.
I know, but I'm saying like name a team that doesn't like the Vikings.
Saints
the Vikings. The Vikings turn into a top 2 offense with Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and fucking Julio Jones. It's untouchable. 3 deep once again.
Super Bowl caliber.
Yeah, that's Super Bowl all day. You ain't touching it.
But you just said that you were questionable about your defense earlier, though.
They were bad last year because I need Daniel Hunter to come back. If he doesn't come back, then I'm.
You got questions on your defense, Kyle. So then it's the same situation as Atlanta.
We don't have real questions. We have some of the best players in the league on our team right now.
We dropped 40-some on your defense last year. You have a lot of questions.
Okay, I don't know if you knew this, but half of our team wasn't playing. You're playing against a guy who's.
You have a lot of questions.
No. Don't
you have a lot of questions,
bro. Listen, unless you know the Vikings were playing literally you and me at cornerback, I don't want to hear about our defense.
But your front seven is supposed to do something, but you got a lot.
Our front seven. We didn't have a front seven last year.
Okay.
They opted out.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick. All right, Jonathan. So from an outside perspective between these two guys right here, right? So we got this conversation about Julio and how does he make a difference on a lot of teams. Yeah. One thing first, contract is definitely a big proponent of moving him, trading him. The big number. A lot of teams want the Falcons to eat some of his contract. One.
Exactly. Which
cuts out a lot of teams who have the space to get Julio Jones. So with that being said, Jonathan, I want you to answer this question. What is your opinion about this argument? Who does Julio help going forward if he gets traded for?
I think he helps any team.
Mm-hmm.
Julio's still an amazing player. He's not. I don't think he's top 5 wide receiver anymore, but he's easily top 20.
Top 10.
Yeah, I'd say top 10.
Mm-hmm.
When he's not banged up. So top 10 for the first 4 weeks of the season. Then those injuries start creeping up, and he might slide a little bit. But he's still really good. So I think he helps any team. But what teams can afford him, and what are they willing to give up? The teams that can't afford him are only willing to give up 3rd or 4th round picks because of his contract. The teams that are saying, hey, we want you to eat some of his salary, those are the teams that are offering 2nd round picks. Mm-hmm. But the Falcons still want a 1st round pick, and they don't want to eat any of his salary. Mm-hmm. So they can't have it both ways. They can't not pay any of his salary and get a top tier draft pick. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to do one or the other.
Christian, do you have something?
Yeah, I got a question for Joey. So, in a perfect world, who would you trade Julio for and get back? For what team and what players or both?
I think. All right. So and let's make it. Let's get it clear here.
Perfect.
Ain't nobody attacking Kyle. Okay.
Oh no.
I think when Big Mac does the highlight for the next episode, y'all gonna hear what the hell I'm saying. Okay. because I feel like y'all asking me, like, well, I'm not saying y'all, but I feel like it's getting overlooked because me and Kyle are two passionate guys, right?
For sure.
For sure.
We love the passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting overlooked. What I'm saying is these things. One, I don't like how Julio was going out, and two, these are two things I'm saying. One, I don't like how he's going out, and two, Julio, if you not going to go to a team like the Niners or the Patriots, shut your ass up. Call Terry Fontenot, and y'all figure out how to make this shit work so we can sign this rookie class. That's my thing. Okay, go to somebody that I know you can go there immediately and feel that shit. So if you're going to go to Green Bay, yeah, I know Julio's going to go there, and the Super Bowl is like extremely likely, right? He goes to San Fran, especially after seeing what he did with Kyle Shanahan and the pieces they got. I know that shit is likely. He goes to the Patriots. I know that shit is likely. If you go to freaking
Tennessee,
the Chargers got a lot of pieces, right? But you got to play old Pat Mahomes and the new security team they just hired down there to protect him twice a year, right? Like, come on. And if Aaron Rodgers goes to the Broncos, like Kyle wanted to happen, come on, LA. Where the hell you going? You're gonna get the wild card thing. So it's like, Julio, what you doing, bro? And because like Kyle said, his legacy isn't gonna be hurt. If he gonna go out, I want him to go out, in blades of glory, right? And fire and into the sunset. Don't leave to have the same shit you just had,
right?
Just because they was 9-5 or whatever last year, okay? But this is what I'm saying. If we trade Julio, however, Lord, I'm hoping at this point I'm like, shit, just trade his ass, right? I was telling Big Mac this last week. If he goes to New England, I'll take a second or a fourth and give me Stephon, okay? Stephon Gilmore wants the hell out of the Patriots. I've been hearing his name a lot, right? And I should have screenshot it so I could show y'all. But the same day that Julio said he was off, he was out of there. Stephon Gilmore posted on his Instagram story a picture of Deion Sanders in a Falcon jersey, guarding Jerry Rice, and he tagged Deion Sanders and was like, clamps or whatever. And I remember I sent it to my boy Lucas, and I was like, bro, is this ironic? I think not. Give me Stephon, okay? Give me that's for New England. Any place else, I'll take hella draft capital, or I would really love a defender that can make some kind of impact. It doesn't have to be like a starter. It can be one of those guys that's older. Traded to the Eagles. Yeah, a lot would have to. Philadelphia would have to give me a pretty good bit. But I don't know. I would love draft capital, but for the Patriots specifically, especially because I'm seeing Stephon's name like all over, like with him being out and him wanting to go, or they got a money thing with him there.
Yeah, honestly, that's a perfect trade, to be honest. In terms of Julio and Stephon Gilmore, I don't know what the draft picks will have to be to compensate everything, because you guys need if having Gilmore alongside AJ Terrell to shore up your back end with that veteran presence. We talked about this. Like, that is a much needed position to like shore up. And that was, you don't have to put all on AJ Terrell as he continues to grow as to being that dominant guy. And then that also, even though you want your front seven, not everyone can have Washington's front seven, but guys, it's okay. It's okay. But even though your front seven is lacking, you still have your back end to really kind of make up for it. It's definitely going to burn each other at both ends, the candle at both ends. But it's an improvement, and it's something that I think that can help them like kind of make a bigger elite year one versus kind of waiting for guys to develop.
Yeah,
Can I say something about this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know how much this trade in particular actually helps them, because Stephon Gilmore has a big contract too.
Doesn't he have a year left though? Doesn't he?
He has 3 years left.
Does he? Are they voidable years?
No.
Because I remember he had no more guaranteed money left, and they moved money up forward as a raise last year for the New England Patriots.
And I did say in a perfect world too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hell, make it work. I was under the assumption. I thought he was on the latter.
Never mind. I searched the wrong Stephon.
Oh, okay.
I did Diggs. My bad.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure last year they gave him a raise midseason, but it was really just moving money forward, so that way it kind of made it easier to pretty much cut him or to move him next year.
All right. Yes, Gilmore only has 1 year left, but his cap hit is $16 million.
True, which is like what $1 million less than Julio. I think Julio's like making 17 a year over the next 3 or whatever.
I think his cap is like 21 though, right?
Yeah. But in perspective of that
right,
one
it's
year,
not very bad. Yeah. It's not friendly. It's like 22, 23 million next year. It's bad,
Which goes to the third point of my whole Julio thing. Bro, you just asked for this money yesterday. You see what I'm saying? Like, in the same spirit of you asking for it, go back and say, let's reconstruct this hoe because we just got picks. But I get it. But I did see something where it was like Sony Michel would be mentioned in a trade package with New England. I honestly don't know how I feel about that. Very weird because our running back room is really interesting. Got a lot of guys that are unproven. Davis. Yeah, but behind him, like we talked about Jaleel Hawkins. Yeah, I mean the quad god, right? I mean
lemon and pepper. That's what he calls it.
Yeah, I saw that. But I don't know, man. It's really frustrating, this whole fiasco. Just because, and really, what really ticks me off is I see Larry Fitzgerald playing 30 years in Arizona, and they're able to make that shit work over there.
But Larry
But I mean, they're in the process now where they got to figure out what they're going to do with him. But I'm talking about like he spent all that
I
time.
think he's retired. There's no one to say it.
Yeah, same. I that's what I feel too. But the fact that he's been over there that long, and playing at whatever level he's playing at, right, and like getting all this love, Julio should have went out the same way, in my mind, the same way.
Not that many players get that though.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like our organization, like backed him. Like going back to what I was saying, like our organization.
I mean, you keep talking about he held out for more money. Do we know for a fact that he wasn't holding out for a trade then, and then the contract was just
no? Because after he got the money, he said, "I'm a Falcon for life." That's what Brandon mentioned.
I mean, they throw what was it, 120 million at you? Yeah, I'll be a whatever. You give me 120 million, be a garbage man. I'll be a garbage man for life.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then it gives me even more reason to get frustrated with him because don't say that.
I get being frustrated.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like for him to like,
what if it's not out of the blue though? Is what I'm saying. Like, what if he's wanted out? Like he's been wanting this for.
Yeah. So okay. So then to that I say, you say that then, bro. Let's figure that out then because right now, like I said, this whole time, Terry Fontenot and the organization has kept it quiet. Right. Arthur Blank and Thomas Mitroff and those guys have kept it quiet. Right.
They're incentivized to keep it quiet, though.
Yeah, but still, this is what I'm saying. Like the same way he went off to Shannon Sharp on the phone or whatever. Say that, Julio. You're a franchise receiver. You can say that. We've seen it said before. Hell, Aaron Rodgers said that he wanted out, and now that is what that is. Like, say that, bro. Don't be out here talking about thinking one thing behind the closed doors, and you think you're doing the fans a favor in the org and playing the political game. Like I get you playing the game, but come on, bro. Like, because now it's like we don't really know. Like with Randy Moss, you knew how Randy Moss was feeling from the get, right? Like Randy Moss, you see, what you got with Randy was what you got with Randy. Larry Fitzgerald, what you get with Larry is what you get with Larry. Okay. Right? It's like so that's what I'm. Be real. Keep it a buck with me.
And that's a good way to nip that up. Let's keep it a buck. I appreciate, Joey, you being you kind of really giving it all. Like you were vulnerable in that moment, really kind of saying a lot of things that Atlanta Falcons fans are feeling right now. And we appreciate you for doing that. So let's cross over to the NBA again and let's talk about
that. I just want to say I get the frustration and pain you're going through right now, but let me tell you, it's way worse when it's the team doing a player dirty, the way the Panthers did Cam Newton dirty.
For sure.
That hurt. Like I'm still upset by that.
Yes, you are.
Like Matt Rule legit say, yeah, Cam's our quarterback. That's our guy going forward.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we've given Cam permission to seek a trade. He didn't ask for a trade. Why would you say that? Like, you're doing him a favor. No, you're trying to get rid of him.
Exactly.
So it's way worse when it's the team doing a player dirty. Like, I get being frustrated. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's just a player who is a person and not
the
team doing a player
for
dirty.
sure.
It's way worse that way.
I'm gonna throw this hot take out there really, really quick. I would love to see Cam. I would love to see Cam Newton in Atlanta because Cam Newton has been very vocal about him being a Falcon fan. Okay, he even said that in his he's from there.
Cool.
Even in his prime
growing up.
Yeah, even in his prime in Carolina, he's even said he roots for the Falcons, except for 2 times a year, and that's when they play Carolina. Love to see him come, even if it's in the backup 1-year role. Would love to see him there. Even if they try to take a stab at him, it's just in a perfect world, like Christian said. I would love to see the homeboy come back home. And
So pretty much, you're saying McCorkle Jones is about to be a star in New England, is what your hot take entails.
Man.
I didn't say that.
Because I mean, if Cam is gone, that means McCorkle dropping dimes.
Y'all need it to happen now, because that might get Julio to stay. Because Julio wants to play with Cam.
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's true. That's very true. Which kind of adds frustration to me too, because it's like we had Matt here. If that was the case, deal that shit. But whatever.
So,
well, I mean, the Patriots were very aggressive, trying to. Well, no, wait, they were kind of aggressive trying to move up. Yeah.
Listen here right now. You ready for this? This is my last thing on the Julio take. This goes back to what Joey said. You said what team wants him that becomes a Super Bowl contender with him, and it's the Patriots. Their defense is going to be legit. They're going to go get a real offensive weapon with Julio, and then hopefully one of the 40,000 people they sign work with their double tight ends. That team fits so well. He wants to play with Cam, and that makes that team really competitive. Really competitive. It's their best offer, and you say a second round pick, and a late.
Just give
fourth.
Just give me a player. Give me a player in a 4th.
It'd be like Gilmore in a 5th or a 6th.
Yeah. The best case scenario, they make the playoffs and lose.
Bingo. It's like I'll take Gilmore in a pick.
Like you're in Atlanta.
I'll take J.C. Jackson. in a pick.
They're not trading J.C. Jackson.
Please.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would do that too
I
right
think
now.
That's why the Stephon Gilmore trade rumors came about, because they know J.C. Jackson's their guy going forward. He's the number one.
Like give me something. Give me a player in the pick, and I'll.
Man, Kyle's still salty they lost Diggs. That's all it is, man.
No, I'm not. I'm not salty about Diggs. I'm not even mad at Diggs. That's completely not my take. I think Diggs was right. And he
loved Diggs so much, he wanted to draft Trayvon Diggs last year.
Yeah, exactly.
To get Stephon back.
Yeah, no,
he was like, maybe if we draft his brother,
no, it was not back. It was before. But he's right. Our offense was stale. I'm not anti-Diggs. You got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy about that.
No, you're just salty you left.
No, I think we got I got what I wanted. I got a super cheap, as good as version of him.
Would you say Justin Jefferson stinks at OTAs this year? He's getting clamped up by Harrison Hand?
That's a joke. Listen, no, that is the
I'm telling you,
spit
Skinny
in the
Kelvin.
face of Eagles fans.
Skinny Kelvin.
Let me ask you this, Kyle. Would you have rather drafted T. Higgins or Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson. Now T. Higgins is in my top 5, but I'm Justin Jefferson is wide receiver 1 in that draft. It's very clear.
All right, let's cross over to the NBA now.
I don't disagree with you. I was just asking.
Now T goes. Now I'm gonna say something right now. I had Brandon Ayuk sat there because I didn't think Justin Jefferson would be there. Now, I love Brandon Ayuk. I think Brandon Ayuk is very good. I would take T. Higgins over him in a heartbeat. I will say that. I'll admit that.
Okay. All right. Good football talk. We'll continue that talk next week. But let's finish up with some NBA talk, and let's talk about these playoffs that have been hot and heavy. And I guess first thing we have to talk about, and then we can move on to other series as you seem fit. But we got to talk about that Knicks series and what we thought could have been perfect. But Trey Ice Trey just turned into the ultimate villain in New York. What are your guys' thoughts? I'll start with you, Christian, of Trae Young turning into that villain.
I'll say this. I think it's crazy how well Luka and Trae Young, how they like just are like in this tandem because they traded each other, they traded picks to get each other, and they're both outstanding. I haven't seen that in the probably ever. If I'm thinking straight right now, that series, I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch Atlanta enough to know Trae Young is killer like that. You know what I'm saying? And then when we were watching those two games in New York, we were like, "Yo, that was the most excited I've ever been for a first round playoff game."
Mm-hmm.
And now seeing that he obliterated the Knicks, it's like, damn, my man could be the next Reggie Miller, but actually, do something and go further than Reggie Miller did. Now, I'm not saying they may win a championship, but if Atlanta keeps the right pieces and gets stronger, they could do something. They're not going to do anything this year because they can't guard Ben. They can't guard Tobias Harris. And like we said earlier, Tobias Harris is the best player on that team, and I'll take Brandon on his bet. Tobias giving them 30. Or he said no more than 17. I'll take that. No, you said 17 points. I heard that one. Yep. Joe, correct.
He
You
ain't
said
averaging 17
right?
in that series. DeAndre
He's
Hunter's
not
gonna clamp
averaging.
him.
Who's going to
That's
clamp
baby
him?
Kawhi.
Who?
DeAndre Hunter. That's
Said DeAndre
baby
Hunter gonna clap him.
Kawhi.
People have been trying to stop Tobias Harris for years. And
You said you
my
don't
man
watch
is
enough
giving-
Hawks games.
Bruh. You going to put – is he a
Tune
rookie?
in.
He a rookie?
Tune in.
Is he a rookie?
He is a rookie. No, he's
All right.
second-year player. Second-year player. Wait, no.
Either
he
way,
is a rookie.
Tobias
He
Harris
averaged
still
17 this year.
His high, he's still a rookie. Ain't no way Tobias Harris about to let Hunter shut him down. Ain't no way. But anyways, I like the series that happened. I just wish New York would have won some more games. But like you said, Trae Young was killing it. And to be the villain, like you said, I didn't know he had that in him. Honestly, I did not know he had – I know he had a great player in him, but I know he had the villain in him to talk that shit back to the crowd. And before he left at game 2, when they lost, he was like, hey, they got to come to the A. They got to come and win in the A. And I was like, I didn't know if Atlanta's crowd was going to bring that. I didn't know their energy was like that, but they're like that. So, hey, I put some respect on the Hawks' name. I put some respect on Trae Young's name.
And he took that personally.
Facts. And it's just, I didn't see that happen. I'm a big basketball guy, but I did not see that happen.
Brandon, what do you have to say about the Trae Young and how he's becoming the villain, but more so becoming the star that the Atlanta Hawks
He's Reggie
need?
Miller.
So,
He's Reggie Miller.
So the thing is, like, this is something I've keyed in on for a while because the Hawks have been bad for a while. I followed Luka Doncic in the EuroLeague, and I wanted him so bad, and I knew he was going to be great, all-time great. And we drafted him. I was excited, and then that happened, and my heart was broke. I was so sad, and I started looking at Trae Young highlights. I watched him at Oklahoma a little bit, but I didn't really watch all their games like that. I knew he was a good player.
He was
Supposed to
splashing
be
at Oklahoma.
Steph Curry's little protege.
I think we lost Christian
And Brandon.
Might have. I'm here. Someone was calling me.
Shooting 40-footers. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're coming back in now.
Okay. But now apparently since Oklahoma days, Trey's been a crazy trash talker, and it's something that like a lot of people don't know, but they're about to find out. Like Trey talks that shit, and I just didn't know if he could back it up, but he did. He played phenomenal. It's a good building block. I think he actually makes everybody on the team better, which is exciting. I think he gets other people involved. I love the Clint Capella pickup. I think that was cool. I just think we got to develop, man. I don't even think we need another superstar, to be real with you. I just think we got to develop the pieces around us.
Y'all bringing John Collins back?
Yeah,
That's interesting. because I like John Collins too, but he's inconsistent, man.
Like, he's inconsistent because of Capella. Like, he doesn't fit with Capella.
Yeah.
You think? Yeah.
Honestly, I'd
yeah.
run if I was them. I'd run small. If I was them, I'd run small and have him at the 5. If I was them,
Bro,
I'd
he
run
was
small.
That'd be cool.
He was
Put
playing
John
so
Collins
much
at
better
5?
before you picked up Capella.
He was.
I'd run him at the 5.
He's averaging like 20 and 10.
Yes, like every night.
Yeah, this is. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you got the floor.
No, go ahead.
No, but the thing I liked about that Atlanta Knicks series, man, I love the idea. Now, granted, this is gonna sound stupid because like I'm a Miami Heat fan and I benefited from this, but I love the idea of team basketball. And I say that sounds stupid because I mean the big three, we had the big three. But anyway, I love a balance.
Kyle, big 2.
Yeah, I saw that on the preview. Kyle, we got to.
You two are just meant to be Skip and Stephen A. Just meant to just rival each other.
Because Christian said he wasn't big on Dwayne, and he know I take that to heart. So we gotta go blows. But anyway,
Nah, man.
Yeah, I used to like
I
Dwayne,
told
but
you I
now
gave
he's
him
like
respect
part
now. I told
Jazz
you I gave him
owner,
respect.
and I'm out on him.
that's a different episode. All right, so but what I like about watching those two teams is their teams, and like at least with the Hawks, you can see the superstar and you can see a strong supporting cast. With the Knicks, I think they need one more piece. But in NBA, it's so hard because when you go for these big guys, like in trades or even, for money's sake, they break up a really good nucleus and it just kind of fumbles.
Well, one thing real quick.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Knicks, though, too, like this could be a one-year wonder because that team is a bunch of one-year contract guys.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And another thing I've been hearing, so I listen to I listen to a lot of shout out All the Smoke and Knuckleheads. It's 2 basketball podcasts. Okay. And like even I want to say like a year or so ago, they were talking about Julius Randle and like the flaws in his game. And then like I read the comments whenever I watch on YouTube or whatever. And I didn't pay any attention until this past series. He can't go left. Like his left hand is weak. His left hand is so weak, and like Atlanta.
Whose left hand's weak?
Julius Randle. Like his left hand is like it's damn near non-existent, and I was even watching the Stephen A. show, and he mentioned it too, and I'm like, damn, like because me and my homeboy Rob was talking about it, like Julius, you got to develop that, my boy. But I think, and it kind of goes back to the team basketball thing too, man, because you got the Hawks as a unit really exploiting that. And it goes to good coaching too and what they got going on down there. But I think the fact that the Knicks are doing good, and because like you were saying, everybody has that 1-year contract, they could possibly get a big name to come down there and keep a guy like Derrick Rose for a year or 2 or whatever. Because everybody's gonna be wanting Derrick Rose now that they see that he's able to contribute.
But the thing is too, though, it's like now that they've had the success that they had, will they be able to get the guys at the prices? No, and will they be willing to spend that money to get that team back? Because I mean, Julius Randle's going to have, King's ransom next season. Right. So, and then it just depends on how much he wants to stay in New York, and then how they want to develop and build it. And I mean, are they going to try to get some younger guys to develop? Are they going to keep developing RJ? Are they going to figure it out to go young, or are they going to have to be those kind of like that? I'm trying to get the right analogy, but kind of like a Bad News Bears kind of vibe of a team, like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the vibe they got this year.
Yeah, it was good. It was good seeing them win again, though. It was definitely good.
Oh, the Madison Square Garden being as lit as it was is good for basketball.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
It made me want to be there. It made me want to just go.
Everyone
take a flight and just go there and experience it. I think with the Knicks that they just, I don't know if it was a 1-year thing, but they got to they got to get a big man who can score. They have to. You can't just focus on, and I get it. Tom Thibodeau is like defensive guy. He thinks defense is going to win games, in which it does. But that was the only thing about this series that I didn't really say, but I thought back in my mind. But they can play defense, but they can't score. When Julius Randle's out the game, and luckily they had what's that dude Burke, I think his name was. If he wasn't
Alec
scoring,
Burks. Yeah.
if he wasn't scoring, and Julius Randle's out the game, they weren't doing nothing. And you can play defense well in this league, but if you can't score, you're not gonna do much. And then with the Atlanta thing, like Brandon said, I don't think they really need another superstar, but they need somebody who can take over games when Trey isn't. Because we're seeing him win, but we ain't looking at the losses either. And when you look at the losses, they need somebody who can take over the game with Trey.
True.
That's the only thing.
So let's move on to another series that I think is really interesting. Let's talk about the Lakers and the Suns. I love the Lakers. Oh no, I don't like the Lakers. Excuse me. I love the Phoenix Suns, especially in the bubble year when they were undefeated and they still missed it short. Like I was so wanting them to make that next step, and they did it in a big way. The question I'm going to propose to you guys is: the series is 3-2. They play tonight at 10:30, so they're going to tip off pretty soon. Does the Suns have it in them to close this series tonight?
I think it all depends on King James. He got 4 rings now. King James the Fourth. It literally depends on him. If he say they don't got it, they don't got it.
Oh, he just said that. My man walked off with 5 minutes left on the clock. Stop it, Joe. Stop it, Joe.
Look,
if they put a mask on him, Joe, it's over with. They put a mask on him.
If LeBron,
it's over with.
You know who it depends on? Anthony Davis. He didn't play. They lost by 30.
Well,
look,
I mean,
I don't even think it's that. What's been driving me crazy with this Lakers squad, and we can talk about AD and Kuz and all the boys helping Braun out. But Braun has been, and granted, I know he's been beat up, but he's been passive, man.
Yeah.
Like watching the games, he's coming down and he's looking for LeBron. You King James the Fourth. If you don't put your foot down, especially the way the game is called, take that thing. Because DeAndre Ayton is growing up in front of our eyes, right? DeAndre Ayton.
Oh yeah.
Test his balls, bro. See if his joint really dropped yet. I want to see LeBron take that thing straight down the lane to this man. And you see what I'm saying? Like draw the foul or something. And let DeAndre Ayton know, yeah, you got to deal with AD. But I'm a King James the Fourth. Okay, like
Go ahead. Let me pose a devil's advocate.
Yeah.
So remember that LeBron James had that hamstring injury that kept him out a lot of games. Yeah. And he said he might not be the same again, like the full 100% LeBron James, right?
Yeah.
So
that's a great point by AD.
Is he not that anymore? Like, can he maybe he doesn't have it in him anymore, and maybe we're not ready to accept the fact that we are seeing LeBron James on a decline?
That ain't it.
No, Big Man. Let me tell you something, Big Man.
Break it down to him, Chris.
That ain't. You can believe. You can let LeBron say whatever he wants. You can believe anything this man want to say. Okay, but we know, and Joey knows. I am the biggest anti-LeBron fan. He knows. But with greatness is greatness. My man, you can't say something about the hamstring. My man played. I think it was game 2 and 3. My man played damn near the whole game.
Almost triple dub.
That's what I'm saying. You hamstring. Okay, if that's your excuse. If that's your excuse, LeBron, then I don't know. I don't know what's going on. You can't say that. And you got people like Dennis Schroeder who is stepping up, but you got people who are not stepping up.
He didn't step up last game.
No.
0 points.
No, listen. Because Dennis Schroeder, I think if he does step up, they can win this series. But you got people like Kyle Kuzma ain't doing a damn thing. You got my man, not my man, but I like him. What's the boy name? Alex Caruso ain't doing nothing. Wesley Matthews damn sure ain't doing. I don't know why he's stepping on the court. He's stepping on the court to give people breaks. You got Andre Drummond, like Joe said earlier. He ain't doing nothing. I've seen
KCP.
Oh my god, bro. I've seen this man get switched on. Andre Drummond with Cam Johnson. I've seen Cameron Payne get on him. and it ain't do a damn thing with the ball. Not a damn thing. You tell me you 7'6", 6'10", 6'11" can't score with somebody 6'4", 6'6"? That's your problem? You can't do that? There's a problem with that. It's not on LeBron. This series is not on LeBron. This series is not on LeBron. This series on we about to see who his team is made of. And we see who his team is made of.
Let me pass it to
He chose
Charlie.
this team, though. He chose this.
No. I mean, he did.
This
is always the thing with LeBron.
But you gotta think,
LeBron chooses his teammates, and the teammates get blamed when LeBron doesn't win. Like, yo, you handpicked these dudes.
You're right, but you gotta remember, he handpicked these dudes when AD is healthy. He's not thinking when you pick a team.
Right.
When you pick a team, you thinking of people when they're healthy.
Okay.
Did he pick AD?
He picked AD when he was healthy. AD ain't there right now, so now he.
But my thing is, why are they jacking up so many threes? They're not a 3-point shooting team. I just don't understand. Like, where's Montrezl Harrell at? I don't know
why. You know why? And that's the reason is because DeAndre Ayton is in that paint, and
they
nobody
better
else wants to
muscle
attack.
up. They better muscle up. Shit.
But you're right. You're exactly right.
There.
But they see DeAndre Ayton down there, and they're like, "Damn, I'm not going down there with him."
DeAndre who?
So if the threes aren't falling, then the way to get around it is to go at him and draw fouls.
That's probably what they're going to do tonight. That's probably exactly what they're going to do tonight.
That's what I'm saying.
They should have been doing it sooner.
And
LeBron
easier said than done. Easier said than done. The only person I don't have an excuse for is LeBron. Easier said than done though for the rest of the team. Easier said.
Look, I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. DeAndre Ayton is growing up in front of our eyes, right? But I want to see how much of a man he is. So, like Brandon was saying, and like Jonathan was saying, go at him here on out.
They will
if they lose, you know, but they attacked him the whole time, that's cool. But if they lose and they pulling up from the three, and thank you, AJ, for bringing up Dennis Schroeder, because how you going to turn down that money, my boy, and come out here playing how you playing in the playoffs? Like, what in the world?
He did say, let's be honest, he did say that he didn't want to play for the Lakers or the Clippers before the trade deadline. So maybe he really is proving it. He did not want to play for them.
Because I'm trying to figure out
with LeBron. When you play with LeBron, you either win or you're blamed. And when you win, you don't get any credit.
That's not really fair. That's not fair.
That is fair.
It's not
People
fair
still don't give Kyrie credit for hitting that shot over Steph that won them the ring.
Who doesn't?
Ignorant people. Ignorant people.
Time out. Only people who don't.
That's 70% of the population.
Bro, only people who don't like LeBron James says that. Yeah. They don't get any credit. Motherfucker, what everyone I heard about was like, oh man, Kyrie hit that shot. Why doesn't he play with LeBron anymore? Why doesn't he like you're crazy. That's crazy to say that. That's insane. No one agrees with that. You're going to find like a 13-year-old little kid who never played basketball who's like, without LeBron James, they wouldn't have got there. That doesn't make sense. Like, no one says that.
Literally.
No one says that. Kyrie's dropping 46 on the boys. Like, well, if LeBron didn't be on the court and sideways in a triangle, it just wouldn't have happened. No, everyone knows that Kyrie was like a great partner with them. Like, no one says what you're saying, Jonathan.
When Kyrie dropped 20, they're like, oh, Kyrie got to do more. You got to step up.
Well, he had to because the rest of the team
was dropping 20. Not good enough?
Okay, but the team sucked.
20 is not good enough. And Brandon will soon find out Tobias Harris about to drop 25 on his team.
20.
Okay, but it's the same thing with Dennis Schroeder. Like, he sees what happens when you play with LeBron. And he doesn't want that.
No. But
it's happening to him right now.
But here's the thing. But the numbers that happen when you play with LeBron is you don't get your usage as much as you do when you're on another team. So you're like, his numbers are sucking. No, this motherfucker is getting every usage he fucking wants. He can't do anything with it. Yep. It's his fault. It's literally his fault. Like, I'd be different if he wasn't getting touches and they're like, well, he shot 6 shots. He needs to shoot more. Oh, LeBron's going to hold the ball so he can't. No, this motherfucker is shooting and it's not going in.
And they got him running the point at times.
Some people want to get paid. And some people want to win rings. Schroeder just wants to get paid and not be the guy.
Hey, Joe, what NBA
you don't want that
for?
pressure.
What
That's
NBA
fine.
What NBA stand for?
The National Basketball Association?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
One thing, no. So I read this book.
Not for
I can't
long.
remember what
Wait,
the name
never mind.
is. No. So Kobe even said it. A lot of these guys come to the league, right?
Mhm.
They think they love basketball, but what drives them is the money. NBA stands for never broke again. That's what a lot of these players trying to do. They ain't trying to be broke no more.
NBA young
And they try to find the slowest way, and that's why when these high school kids go straight to the pros, to the G League, that's what they chasing. They're not chasing the experience. They chasing the money. Personally,
wrong with
I like
that.
Shooter. I like
There's nothing
Shooter.
wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that. You're right. But when it's time for you on the biggest stage, like you said, playing with LeBron, you can't show
What
up.
if you don't want to be on the biggest stage?
I fucking dare Alex Caruso to ask for some more fucking money. I dare the other team to ask for some more.
You said, what if
Okay.
Shorter don't want to be on the biggest stage?
Yeah, what if
No,
you don't
I'm
want that
saying
pressure? He
they're
didn't
on
want
the
the
biggest
money.
stage, but they're not performing. But they want
Yeah.
that bag. That's the thing.
Look, Shorter.
Mhm.
I would love to believe, Jonathan, that Schroeder doesn't want to be on the stage. But when he put pen to paper and saw the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James, he knew what the hell he was getting into.
Yeah.
And that's what Kyle, and I think that's what Kyle was saying. Like, he knew going into it, you're gonna be on this stage in some kind of way. Whether they lost or having a losing season, they were gonna be like Schroeder, or LeBron, or whether they go and repeat. Like, he knew what he was getting into.
Well,
So
I'm
what-
gonna
A lot
say the
of
same
peop-
thing someone said earlier. He did that thinking he was going to have a healthy AD.
He did.
But here's the thing. That
So he thought he was going to have a
every-
smaller role. Now AD's out. He's got a bigger role. I didn't
Yeah.
sign up for this.
Some people ain't
Yeah,
want
but
it.
what-
Some people
Definitely
don't want
didn't.
it. Some people don't want
Yeah,
it.
but with Schroeder though, like, his role, he the point. So regardless of whether AD is healthy or not,
LeBron's
Schroeder,
the point. Let's be real.
but to take the load off of LeBron, they're gonna bring Schroeder in there to run that offense.
Yeah.
Wesley Matthews wasn't doing it. Caruso wasn't doing it. It was just Braun.
Kuzma. ain't
KCP,
doing it. Nobody fucking doing it.
and that's why, because they got rid of Rondo, who was a huge factor in that team.
Right.
Playoff Rondo. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went off.
So, and there was nobody else outside of LeBron that was going to carry the load and actually run the offense outside of Schroeder.
Right.
So, like, Schroeder knew his power was his power, regardless of who was out there. Because there was even times when he was coming off early on when he was coming off the bench, right? So it's like his role was his role, and it's like AJ's putting the thing. He just lost his confidence, and I think that's just a good way to put it. I think he lost his confidence.
I have faith in him.
He did the money thing. He took the gamble. He's like, hey, get paid, young man. I feel you, right?
Never broke.
But yeah, I think it's the same thing we're seeing with Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond looks so fat and out of shape playing out there. I'm like, Lord, help him. What is going on?
Like I said, bro, when I saw Cameron Payne switch on him, and he didn't post him up, and then he missed it. I was like, oh yeah. But like someone said in the comments, though, Cameron Payne is doing it off.
Yeah,
Cameron Payne's
doing it
acting real different.
Cameron Payne is
real different. He want the bag.
attacking LeBron.
He want the bag. He want it. Turned down $84 million.
4 years,
84
$84 million, 21 per. Chris Paul's turning down 44 right now over 1 year.
But he wanted. He wants the stability, and I get it. He wants stability because he sees what that team can be with him for another 2 to 3 years. So I get that. You know, you want to.
Is he gonna last another 2 to 3 years?
And with the way he played, for sure. With the way that he plays,
he don't exert a lot of energy. He don't exert a lot of energy. He
I mean,
runs.
we gotta see how the shoulder heals up.
Yeah, but I mean,
What if this is a lingering injury?
He played through it. He ain't five.
He's playing through it
5.
right now.
Yeah.
But that doesn't
He'll
mean he
get
can
that
play
thing
through it for
fixed.
3 years.
He got enough money to fix that thing.
All right, let's move to another series that's going on right now, and then we'll do the two that just wrapped up, and then we'll call it for tonight. So the next series that's going on right now, which is a pretty good game back and forth. Well, it might be slowly starting to get out of hand.
Yeah.
Trailblazers versus Nuggets right now. Denver's up 117 to 108. It was
108.
yeah.
It was tied.
It was tied. Right now, Jokic has 32 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. For Damian Lillard, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 13 assists. I'll say this. I want the Portland Trailblazers to be a great team. I've said this before. Like, I really do. I'm a big Damian Lillard fan, big CJ McCollum fan. I just don't know if they'll ever be that team.
No, they won't. Their bigs can't stay healthy.
But they broke up the nucleus, like I was saying earlier. You had a good thing going with LaMarcus Aldridge, a young Dame, a young CJ, and Nicholas Batum, who is still playing in the league, surprisingly. I'm like, what the hell? Nicholas Batum's still playing? Anyway.
For the Hornets, I think.
LaMarcus went to San Antonio.
Clippers,
that's what I'm saying. I saw him in, I think it was like game 2. I was like, damn, Nicholas Batum's still playing. But, I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge went to the Spurs, and I know he's retired now. But given the fact that we didn't know that going into it, they had a really good nucleus there. Really good nucleus there. So to see them break that thing up so fast with the success that they had at the point, and now looking at it now, it's like, oh, dog, man. Like, LaMarcus ain't no, flashy guy. You can talk him in the stand. Nicholas Batum might
wanted out.
Yeah, which is crazy.
But he didn't know.
What I'm saying
didn't know what Damian Lillard was going to be. No one knew that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They could have talked him in. They could have been like, look at Dame, my boy. Dame's pulling it from low. He pulling it from the low.
But he had trauma from my boy Brandon Roy. He had trauma.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I've seen this before. It don't end well. I'm out.
That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Kyle left, but it would hurt my heart, and this is why I was passionate about Julio, to see Julio go out like LaMarcus, right? I wanted LaMarcus to go, like true basketball fans that appreciate the greatness of a basketball player. You want to see a guy that's been somewhere for a while and leave, go someplace where he can contend. He went to an empty Spurs team.
They weren't empty then.
No, they weren't.
They still had Kawhi. Yeah.
No. Kawhi left, but he got.
But look, even if Kawhi was there, we knew Kawhi was about to leave. Everybody in the league knew Kawhi. When he got there,
I think the trade was like AD, and that's the season he got hurt.
But it had to have been like Kawhi's last year.
Yeah, or last 2 years had to be because he's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. In that, so Kawhi was there at that end, but we knew Kawhi was. We knew Kawhi was going. That team was empty. Kawhi was there, but that team was empty, and then he ended up getting stuck. Now, granted, I'm not saying. I mean, they ended up getting DeMar DeRozan, but everybody was like, "Oh, DeMar." Who? Exactly, but that's my biggest fear with Julio, and I know Julio's going to go to Super Bowl contending team. I know he's going to make everybody better. I know it's different as far as talent, but that would hurt me. Is if he's doing this, and then you go and you kind of just,
No, I'm pretty sure they looked good that year. I think they were beating the Warriors, and then he stepped on. Was it Zaza Pachulia or Andrew Bogut?
Yeah, Zaza Pachulia.
It was.
But that team
was good.
It wasn't going to make it, man. It wasn't going to.
They were up on the Warriors.
Think about this.
They were up by 20,
bro. You talking about
Kawhi went down, and what happened? Kawhi went down, and what happened?
What?
He's talking about the playoff. He's talking about that playoff.
Yeah, the playoff game, but Kawhi got hurt.
Okay, and what happened?
Kawhi got hurt.
That's what I'm saying. That team
went downhill after that. That's the thing. That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm talking about with LeBron. That's what I'm talking about LeBron on him. He'll win with this team if everybody healthy. That's the thing people forget. You can get these teams. You can draft.
But who's comparing LaMarcus Aldridge to LeBron?
Oh, I didn't say that.
No, we're not saying that. We're just saying when these players go to a team, right? Like Carmelo, when he went to the Knicks, I was like, what the hell is this man thinking? What the hell is he thinking? I know he went out of Denver, but what the hell? Huh?
He just wanted out of Denver.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but he chose New York, and I get it, it's his home and everything. But I was like, you ain't going to win there. That's how it is. You want to see him go somewhere. Okay, listen.
They got the number one team in the East, though. They put a squad around him.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's the last time they relevant.
I'm saying, no, but it didn't happen like that, though. It didn't happen
Carmelo.
It didn't happen instantly.
Jeremy Lin?
Yeah, kid running the point.
Bruh. They did not. They had Raymond Felton.
A.R. Smith?
They had Raymond Felton. They had J.R.
They had Raymond Felton.
Iman Shumpert?
Yeah, Iman was there.
Bro, he had AI. He had J.R. He had J.R. at the Nuggets. He had J.R. with the Nuggets. And the ball can shoot. Get out of here. Marcus Camby.
And Landry Fields.
Get out of here, Joe.
We need AJ.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see in another universe?
What?
I want to see Carmelo on the Nuggets with Iguodala.
That'd be.
I wonder what could have happened there.
I don't know.
Let me.
Iguodala was nice. He was nice, but I don't know. He was nice. I don't know.
Let me.
He was good. He wasn't like it would have been fun. I don't think they would have won a ring.
Yeah,
but
it would have been fun
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. It'd have been nice to watch.
Let me ask this question because I've been hearing this a lot. I heard Stephen A. say it. I heard Shannon Sharp say it. I hear a lot of people say it. If Ben Simmons had developed a jump shot, would he be the next best thing we've seen to LeBron James?
No.
Probably.
What
What kind of jump shot? Is it just mid range?
No, if he had the same shot as
LeBron as he came in?
yeah.
No.
Not
Would
LeBron when he
Simmons
came in. LeBron now, maybe.
Okay, yeah, LeBron now, that's fair.
He's an elite defender.
Elite defender. He's a
He's
walking triple dub.
He should get Defensive Player of the Year, honestly.
He's a walking triple dub without a shot.
My only thing is with LeBron, we knew LeBron wanted it. And in games like when Ben started playing before he was injured, or I mean like after his injury, like we know he got to the league, we never saw him and Joel had the same thing. They can't take over. They don't want they're not showing us that they want to win.
Joel not showing you he want to win? Did you not see what he was doing before he got hurt?
Who?
Joel.
No. I'm talking about like when they came like before, like this is the first time we've seen Joel actually can be Joel. This is the guy
He
we
was like
wanted
this
him to
last
be.
year too. Y'all tripping.
No, bro, no. But what I'm saying is, if y'all can really follow me, Ben, he wasn't taking over games, and that's the problem he had in college. If you really go back and look at this man's game from college, he was not beating them big teams like that. And that's when Skip was always on his case, be like, when is Ben Simmons going to be Ben Simmons? People keep comparing him to LeBron. We see LeBron winning. Granted, he went from high school to the NBA, but LeBron was doing things that Ben Simmons wasn't doing when he got to the league. And that's the difference, jump shot or not. But that's the thing, though. I don't know if he'll be the same player, because are we going to have to wait that long to see him do this? Because how long he been in the league? Are we going to wait this long to see him do it? That's a difference.
So there's one of two things Ben Simmons can do to improve. One is develop a jump shot. The other is just develop a right hand.
True.
Dude does not go right. Like, if he could at least drive both sides of the floor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same thing we're talking about Orlando.
His free throws are horrendous. I think he shot like 40%.
So AJ did bring up a good point of not the same athlete, which surprisingly I haven't heard a lot of people talk about.
He's not
LeBron.
Not the same, but he's bigger.
He is bigger.
Yeah, but
he's like 6'10", 6'11". LeBron's 6'8".
6'10".
But the thing is, for me playing basketball, and I never understood it. Big guys never want to play above the fucking rim, for some reason. And if Ben Simmons want to play above the rim, he could be that type of LeBron type, Zion type of build type of guy. But he don't want to play above the rim. Y'all ever hear big men always all they want to do is play like a guard, and all guards want to do is play like big men? Like they want to be above the rim. That's the kind of thing it is.
That's because he thinks he's a point guard. Like if somebody were to tell him, like,
he thinks he's a point guard.
You're not a point guard. You are a center.
They're letting him be a point guard.
I think
that's the thing, though. Like if him and Embiid weren't together, I think they both would be better.
I think so too.
Wow. Yeah, because more would be asked of both of them.
Before Doc Rivers got there, I didn't think any player development was really happening. Honestly, I don't really think that a lot of player development was happening. Before Tobias got there, he was like, Joel, you can sit on this couch if you want to, but I promise I'll be your mom's favorite player. if you don't get your ass off this couch and fucking
Well, you,
ball.
well, you know where they messed up. In Philly, they messed up when they got rid of my boy Jimmy McBuckets.
Mm.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
they messed up when they got rid of
Yeah.
JJ Redick. They
Because
no shooting. after that.
Jimmy was willing to get dirty. Jimmy knew his role. Jimmy knew if you needed 20 from him on one night, you tell him that he can get you 20. But
Yeah.
Jimmy was willing to do
Whatever.
all of the hard work and whatever it took, the energy, the spark, cuss you out and make him move. When they got rid of Jimmy and he landed in our lap, I was like,
How'd that work out for y'all this year?
There is a God.
I mean, he's definitely the
like,
walking heart and soul of any team that he steps onto. Like, he literally becomes that heartbeat.
He's the guy you want on your team. He's the guy you want on your team to be a dog, to get other players. He's that guy.
And I think with Philly, they're playing off talent.
Yep.
Even though Doc is still like, you can see Doc, you know, his fingerprint here and there. That's why it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, how they play the Hawks, and then when, you know, they beat, you know, saying that they beat the Hawks, which I think they will. Seeing how they go against who comes out of that Bucks net series, because that's going to drain.
I don't know if they beat the Hawks
series,
without Embiid.
Yeah, like saying Embiid is healthy and all of that, like, and like he
I don't
comes
think
back
he
and
will
all
be
that.
though. I think he's not going to play, or he's not going to play 100%, and the Hawks are going to win.
I hope. We'll see. If it's a torn meniscus, he better not play.
It's partially torn. They already said that.
Okay, well then it's
All right, right now, we'll do last thing. So, like, we're wrapping up right now. Give me one thing you're looking forward to in the NBA playoffs right now, whether it's the next round or next game. What is one thing that you want to see and that you're looking forward to? I'll start with you, Joey, and we'll go around the horn.
Man, I want to see. Well, I said I want to see LeBron take over the Knights, but I guess that's too soon.
Game's about to start, so it's not really that soon.
Yeah, but I would love to see. I'll go with that. I would love to see which LeBron James decides to show up today, because I think he's capable of being the LeBron that'll strike fear, and like we were saying, into a young, developing, up and coming DeAndre Ayton. So I would love to see how he attacks this, because I mean, if he loses, this will be the first time he's been knocked out in the first round. You know how the media is, especially with LeBron, and we know how LeBron is with the media. So like Jonathan was saying, he picked everybody. Like, you got them all out here with you. It's sink or swim. I'm just excited to see what goes on tonight.
Christian, what are you excited to see?
Two things. I'm excited to see Denver, and then when the Phoenix Suns beat the Lakers, I'm ready to see that series. Denver versus Phoenix
That should be
Suns.
really good.
I think that'll be really interesting to see what Ayton we're gonna get, because he's gonna have to come out there and guard
Jokic.
Joker. He's gonna have to come out and guard him. And then we're gonna see, because they're gonna match up really, really, really well in this series, shot for shot. Playmakers for playmakers. They're going to match up really well. I'm excited to see the Bucks and the Nets. I'm a KD guy. I'm a ride or die KD guy, so I'm going to have to go with him. But it's going to be interesting to see who guards Chris Middleton, like Joey said earlier. It's going to be interesting to see, does the Nets bench step up? Do we get to see in depth their bench? Because the Bucks ain't no joke. And people keep walking over them like they're a joke, and they really not. Just because they named Milwaukee and we don't know where Milwaukee is. They ain't no joke.
No, the Bucks aren't no joke, but their bench is hurt too. Like Dante DiVincenzo just got hurt, I think, or he's been hurt.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot on their bench, which that's the Nets' whole thing is they have no bench. Which, I mean, if Spencer Dinwiddie is healthy, this season is completely different.
It's
Like,
different.
Yeah.
It
That
ain't even close.
facts, because that completely changes their whole season. Like, they were playing without Kyrie, KD, or Harden the whole season. But if you have a healthy Dinwiddie in there, that helps mitigate the loss of any one of those three.
For sure.
And he's your sixth man off the bench after what he did last year?
It's pretty good.
I have a question.
Wasn't he an all-star last year?
He
I
don't know, was
he might have been in reserve.
reserves maybe.
I about to say he might have been in reserves.
I know he was dropping like 20 and 8 a game. The man was in his
He
bag last year.
He was the bucket.
Him
definitely
and
the
D'Lo.
bucket.
So Jonathan, who you got?
2 seasons ago.
Who you coming out? Who you got coming out the West, and who you got coming out the East for the finals? Same question for you, Joe. Same question for you, CJ. Who you got?
I gotta go Nets,
Okay.
just because that big three is like any one of them can win a game any single night,
True.
basically single-handedly.
Okay.
And obviously, I don't expect all three of them to go off every single night, but 2 of them can and should absolutely go off every single night.
Right.
And 2 of them dropping 20 to 30 a night if they play some defense, which is a big question. But they got some people stepping up. Nick Claxton stepping up, another South Carolina kid, giving him some good minutes at the 5. And then Joe Harris still stroking from 3. I mean, he gets hot one game. That's a big boost. I think he dropped like 21 game this series, and they won. I mean, that big three gives them a chance to win any night. So out of a 7-game series, it's hard to pick against them. The only team I can see that would beat them would be the Bucks, because Giannis is a freak. You got Chris Middleton. You got Drew Holiday, who I don't know if Drew's going to guard Kyrie or Harden, but he's going to make it hard on whichever one of them he guards, because he's one of the better defenders in the league, especially at the guard position. But yeah, I'm going to go Nets out of the West, or out of the East. And the West, I don't know. I love Kawhi, so I want to say Clippers, but Clippers might not even make it out this series. So, I mean, Luka dropping like 40 a night. So
Luke is injured, man. Luke is hurt. So we'll see what it looks like, man.
He was hurt last night. He still dropped like 40.
40 piece.
We'll see.
40 piece nugget.
I ain't know who I got in the finals, but go ahead, Joe. Let's see. Let's hear.
Wait, he got to pick his West team.
Oh.
I'll probably go Nuggets.
I got whoever wins the Bucks net series. I mean, I feel like it could go either way, honestly. But out the West, for me, it's no question. It's my boy is out there. He giving the young fella them tips. I love how they're defending. I love how they're scoring. They got 2 guys for the runner-up of 6th man of the year. It has to be the Utah Jazz, man.
Let's go.
They are balling defensively. Defensively for me, it doesn't get any better as a unit, right? I mean, they're tag teaming guys, and then like they're coming in and they're talking about.
They gave up almost 60 points a game to Ja and Dylan Brooks in this one series alone,
and beat him in 5. I mean, I don't.
It's because they don't have anybody else. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
that means nothing. That means nothing if you gentlemen sweep them. As a unit, defensively, they are legit. They're legit. They can score with you. Donovan Mitchell, like everybody is saying, is my boy Dwayne with a 3-point shot, and he's not afraid to pull it. I love it. Jordan Clarkson is being the guy that we always wanted him to be when he was in LA. Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert on him when he was like 21.
Yeah, that's
this
true.
Dude don't have it.
That's true.
Yo, he's 21.
That is very true. Rudy Gobert isn't afraid to take you on, which I love. He's not afraid to get dunked on. I love it.
He's not afraid to cough on microphones either.
The man who started COVID.
Yeah, COVID patient 0.
But yeah, Jordan Clarkson, Filipino King.
Facts.
I'm here for it. I just love what they got going on in Utah. So they're coming out the West for me.
Okay, Christian.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback on what Joe said, but I got the Nets coming out, and I was gonna pick the Utah Jazz. You got Donovan who's out there killing it. You got Jordan Clarkson who's out there killing it. But But my guy, who I've watched when he was at Iowa State, George Niang, he's out there killing, hitting those big time shots when they need it. Joe Ingles, I'm still waiting for him to do his thing, but Joe is only going to catch fire. Okay, he ain't about to be put out, and I love that. And that kid that they have on their team hitting threes, I can't remember his name right now, but George Niang is going to be whether or not they make it. How far they go is going to be on George Niang. But I definitely got the Jazz coming out the West, and I think when they get to the West, to the finals, and they lose to the Nets, I think there are going to be some players that are going to be like, you know what, I need to go to fucking Utah, and I think that's going to happen this year. I think so.
Wow,
you got to.
That's a strong statement.
I don't know how sexy Utah is, but I get
it. Think about it, man. Think about it.
They'll think about it, but they'll be like, all right, let me go there off to LA real quick.
I'm just saying, Utah, they ain't got no, and you got, like Joe said, you got Dwayne Wade out there.
Yeah, the lone black man in Utah.
That's gonna be a huge thing, though. It'll be a huge thing because Dwayne's been there. These players have actually seen him been there. It's not like Magic Johnson or anything like that. It's like they seen him.
I ain't gonna be there.
They seen him be there, man. But I got the Utah Jazz and Nets, and I got the Nets winning it all.
So I hear what you're saying. You said that the Jazz will catch fire. Yeah, I hear what you guys saying. You said the Jazz are going to catch fire, but you can't really catch fire when you're playing on the sun. And I'm going with the Phoenix Suns in the West. I really like that team. I've been calling them since the bubble. I really wanted them to do well, and I'm putting my chips in on that team. And then the team in the East that I'm putting my chips in on is a team that I'm a newly fan of because I was a fan free agent a couple years back. I've always been a fan of the Greek Freak, been keeping my eye on them. Should I join the fanhood, which I am, and I have joined the fanhood with the Milwaukee Bucks. So I'm going Bucks and Suns for an awesome finals, but I think Giannis gets his first ring this year. I'm stamping it. This man is hungry. He is ready to go, and this is time because if he doesn't get it now, he did sign his extension this offseason, right?
Yeah, this past offseason.
So, okay, that's not going to be a question, which is good because if he did not, that would have been the biggest story. But I think it's time for him to get his ring, and I think it will be. And I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to this finals.
I can definitely see that. I want to see.
I don't think. Go ahead.
I want to see Denver and Milwaukee.
That'll be tough.
So I want to see Giannis and Jokic.
That would be pretty good.
Yes.
Between the Suns and the Nuggets are my two teams, honestly. Suns and Nuggets are kind of like teams I really like because I like the vibe of like how the Nuggets coach has with that team. I just like their vibes in the West.
Hey Joe, can I tell you something real quick? I don't know if you watch the game right now, but they started Schroeder, Marc Gasol, Anthony Davis, and then LeBron and KCP.
Hell of a lineup.
AD is fucking playing on a groin. Okay, guys, that's what
and what the freak? That's a whole other episode. But Marc Gasol, like, bro, where you been at? Where the hell you been at?
Sitting on the bench. Hey, he been hitting though. He been hitting though.
I just want to say if Jamal Murray is healthy, this Nuggets team is definitely
finals.
Yeah, going to the finals.
Yeah,
I still think they have a chance, but yeah, I think Utah's pretty good too.
Ooh. So we'll leave it at that for tonight. Thank you guys who's been stayed with us throughout the whole show. It's been electric. The biggest show we attempted to date. This was a lot of fun. Make sure you're following us here on Twitch at Hate2Pylon, on Twitter, and on TikTok. We're doing all the things. We keep getting bigger and better. Also, let us know if you're interested, if we would do watch-alongs. I'm thinking about doing watch-alongs during the NFL season, but maybe we could start testing it doing a watch-along during the finals. And maybe we'll just come on and hang out. We'll invite people and we'll talk the game, watch the game at the same time, and you guys come hang out with us. Let us know if that's something you're interested in, and we can test it out. Because I definitely want to do it for this season because on the Sunday is a little bit easier for people's schedules for the most part, or the weekends. Finals is kind of like you never know which night it's going to be on. But or you do know, but it's just like, middle of the week and stuff like that. But we'll talk about it. We'll work on it. But thank you guys so much. Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Brandon, for coming on. How you had to go to work. Thank you, Kyle. I know I think his headset died. So we appreciate you guys for hanging out with us and joining us. You're welcome back anytime you guys want. We're here for Joey versus Kyle. 1,000%.
The rivalry we didn't know we needed.
Exactly.
I love Kyle though. I really do. I love Kyle.
Oh yeah, man, for sure.
Kyle.
Ooh.
But with that being said, that is all we got for tonight. Go ahead and enjoy that Lakers game.
Yeah,
Wait,
I just want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Shout out Chris Middleton, 843 King on the Bucks. You got Nicholas Claxton. I think he's 864.
Okay.
Columbia area on the Nets. We got Ja Morant, who dropped 30 and 8, I think. Another Columbia kid.
Man.
So the Carolina boys hooping out here. And I'm here for it.
Definitely.
And hopefully one of Chris Middleton or Nicholas Claxton comes out the East. Maybe gets a ring. It'd be nice to have a South Carolina person with a ring.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts, man.
We're here for it.
Sure.
We're Carolina, pro Carolina team. Not the Panthers per se,
Not
but
the Panthers.
Yeah.
All right.
But real quick, I got a message here. Wait a minute.
It's time to go!
It is time to go, and we've had a blast here. We'll catch you guys next week, and have a great rest of your night, guys. Peace out.
See you.
Peace.